Extra caliber, you don't know if you're seen or not yet. I will make a roll at the appropriate time. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make that roll. Actually, no, I'm not going to make that roll right now. It's not active. Right, okay. Now questions.
Okay. From Madlib, does he have as a weapon an extra action, and would that apply to me as wielder?
Say that one more time.
Madlib has an extra action as the class he is playing as, apparently. Does that apply to me, the wielder?
If he chooses to use an action from you, then basically you can give him an action. Let's say that you want to use a racial ability which requires an action. He does something, it triggers the ability to get an extra action. If you want to do that action at that point, you can.
So he can steal an action from me, I cannot steal an action from him.
No, other way around. You can steal an action from him as a weapon.
Aha. Understood.
Just ask, as the weapon, do I get an action?
Yes. No. Only the wielder. The wielder can tell you to do something, or you can choose to do it on your own. You can't move, though. Your wielder moves you.
So basically, the wielder would be sacrificing an action and giving it to the weapon so the weapon can do something.
Correct. That is correct. You got it.
It's not stealing. It has to be voluntary.
Correct. Also, a spell can be cast from the weapon itself, so if you give the action to the weapon and the weapon wants to cast a spell out of weapon form, please keep track of your things as well. Keep track of your spells as well.
Does that mean I'm allowed to cast Smash?
No.
Fist
yes,
Wizard, can you cast a spell?
Musaka, yeah,
of
your
course.
fist is not a spell. Your fist is not a spell. Your fist is not a spell, and yes, I know you can spell fist, but your fist is not a spell.
Now here comes the question. Liz.
Yeah, what are those?
Now he can. Vance taught him.
Yeah.
As the fighter with the martial tree, or the battlemaster tree, can I give my superiority die, like superiority die attacks, to my wielder? No. Okay.
No, you can if it involves, like, say, a roll, like, say you're trying to intimidate something, then you take it as the weapon.
Okay, so I can't use like a God damn it, sweeping attack. I can't give that ability to King.
No.
Okay.
No. Does that answer everybody's questions?
Mostly.
Yep.
Why are you asking those are intentional? Those are enemies.
Well, I thought because they were just flat black icons that weren't hidden.
No, they weren't meant to be hidden.
Well, I thought they were.
No, they were never meant to be hidden. Let's get rid of those, please. Can we get rid of these circles? Awesome. Okay, so does everybody understand what we are doing? How to? Does everybody understand the how-to?
Possibly.
Yes.
We will figure it out. Let's go.
Okay, so let's start combat then. The first one up would be Extra Caliber.
No. No, that's me.
Who is
Not
that?
this song.
What is this?
My goodness,
That's
no!
like circus music.
So.
No!
Who is first? Extra Caliber is first, I believe.
No, that icon is me.
That icon is you. Go.
Okay. I have a movement speed of 25 feet, so I move there.
Okay, go ahead and move.
I move here.
Okay. Anything else that you do?
Do I have light? Can I make an action for like a spell?
Yes, if your weapon, if you want to, or your weapon wants to. Yes.
Weapon. Would you like to spell?
Tell it to spell cat.
PLL.
Anyway,
I have spell sniper. Shoot
Want to
something.
attack something?
Yes. You see
Ray of
this one?
Frost. Okay, Ray of Frost. You want to shoot that one? Okay. Give me a. Oh shoot.
Intelligence.
No. This is where we really did need to have the
Yeah.
attack spells in there, though.
Sonya, that wasn't him.
Oh.
No, I accidentally clicked that.
Okay.
Ignore that.
Okay.
Ignore that.
What
Ray.
spell are you casting? Weapon.
Weapon. What are you casting?
Can I actually cast a spell along with you, or am I just casting?
Yes.
Yeah, just do it.
Just
He's
Alright.
giving you an action to cast a spell.
Shoot the shit.
You are my gun. I am shooting
Oh
you.
my
What do you want to
goodness.
shoot as your bullet?
All right. Lightning
Turns
arrow. How do we
over.
do it?
Lightning. Wait a minute.
Can I conjure a magic arrow?
Wait a minute. Lightning arrow. Give me a second. Hang on. Let me go
Lightning
jump on
arrow
that.
may not help you in this case.
It's a buff though, is it not?
It's
No,
a buff
it's
for your
an
next
attack.
ranged attack.
I am a wizard friend.
Oh, you're right. When you make
I
a ranged
have
attack
no
during
bow.
Yeah.
So
that
what
might
you're
not be a good
yielding?
thing to do.
Yeah, that might not be.
There was an
Yes.
attempt.
Something simple. Like,
Hunter's mark.
Might I? Okay. For this first turn, I'm gonna give everybody advice, and we'll have a relaxed 30 seconds on this. We're not gonna do the 30 seconds for the first turn. After that, I will enforce the 30 seconds. If you're in weapon form, I might recommend actually either doing one of two things: either casting an attack spell at said enemy, or buffing something that will actually help your wielder, not yourself. If you're trying to buff yourself as a weapon, it doesn't do a damn thing.
It does say, doesn't it affect the range attack?
Ranged attack. Does your wielder use a ranged attack?
He's using a spell. is he
Magic.
not?
Spells and
That's
ranged attacks are different, aren't they?
So a ranged attack. Some spells are ranged attacks.
So that
Okay.
technically would work.
You gotta look them up to see the radius.
Yes. No. You have to look it up to see if it requires an attack roll. If it requires an attack roll, it is a ranged attack.
So, I'm taking that as a yes.
Hold on for 1 second. You know what? Do it.
You know what? I'll do another one. It's called
Uh-huh.
Rain of Thorns, which is another buff.
Okay. So what does that do?
Next time you hit a creature, with a ranged
No.
weapon attack, before the spell ends, the spell creates a rain of thorns that sprouts from your ranged weapon or ammunition.
Uh huh.
In addition to normal effect of the attack, the target of the attack of each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dexterity saving roll. Creature that takes 1d10 piercing damage on failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Say that damage one more time. If fails a dex save.
If it fails, it's a 1d10 or half as much damage on a successful one.
So dex fail is 1d10 damage. Dex
and-
save is half.
Yeah, it's half. I think you would still have to roll 1d10, but just
Yes.
half whatever it is.
Correct. Okay, you got it. Okay, we're good. Next, let's go with King. Let's go to next. Tamsin is next.
Hello.
Hello.
Move 30 feet.
Things. Uh huh.
Wait, did we move? I'm confused.
Yeah, you
We're
did.
done.
Okay.
Yeah.
One,
That was what you did earlier.
I don't know how. Thank
That's
you
two.
for the black arrow. It's very helpful
You're welcome.
for where
That's
I sort
three,
of. I
4,
don't know.
5.
I'm gonna stay right here.
Okay.
Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh boy, what do I want to do? I can do 2 things if I really wanted to. Question, what does fireball do?
Fireball. You
Makes a-
throw it at something, it explodes in fire.
Wow, really specific.
It's basically a if I remember correctly, an AoE spell radius 10 feet. Let me double check that.
No.
Wait, I
So I'm
got
thinking of the
this.
other one, unless I'm thinking of the other rule set. Hang on.
Okay, blah blah blah. You make within a 20-foot radius sphere. How big is that?
20-foot radius sphere. So basically, you have a center point. You cast it at a center point. 4 squares is 20 feet from the center.
Okay.
Fireballs are fun.
So basically, if you cast it there, you won't hit that one on the left.
Actually
You'll
has
hit
a
that-
range of
I
150
agree.
feet.
Fireballs.
Right,
Like
but
best spell.
no, but
You
the
can shoot it
radius.
to 100 and whatever, but
Yes.
the explosion goes 20 feet outward
I know.
Yes.
from its focal point.
So it's if you cast it here, it's not going to hit him. It's not going to hit him. It's only going to hit this guy. And
If I
you-
cast it here.
no, that's still 25 feet.
You
It's-
can shoot it here, and
It did
if,
not
like, this guy-
say how far.
Yes, it did.
It says
said
its range is 150 feet.
yes, that's how far to throw the fireball, Tamsin.
the
Hmm?
fireball effect at the end of that is 20 feet.
Okay, so it's the same thing as you throw a grenade. The grenade you can throw as far as you want to. The grenade does not explode 150 feet. You just throw the grenade.
I know
It
that.
hits the
I'm
ground,
just saying
and it
that if I
explodes.
wanted to cast it here, I can.
Yes, you can. You can cast it right here. Mm-hmm. If you cast it right there, 15 feet, you can get that one, you can get that one. You can hit 4 of them if you cast it there.
I'm gonna cast it there.
Okay. You cast a fireball. I need a... but we don't have the spells up.
It's a dex saving throw.
Right, but we don't have the things in roll 20. That's a problem.
Oh.
I know this spell. It's okay.
No, what I'm saying is we don't have dice except in roll 20.
No, we don't. But if you
I have dice.
Roll 8d6.
So
If it's at third level, roll 8d6.
There we go. Okay.
Do I just click the spell?
No,
it doesn't work that way. You have to actually type in R8d6. There were so many spells and so many people, I didn't have time to put stuff in.
That is okay.
Oh boy.
When
But
we
I
do
know-
the live campaign, everybody hush for just a second. When we do the live campaign, you're going to have every spell detailed to the letter in there. Okay?
Mhm.
We had to rush job the spells to have a session tonight.
So would I roll wisdom? To see
Exactly
something
what
else?
King Sonya just typed.
Okay then,
Yep.
fine. For fuck's sake.
Yep, type that. We had to rush job the spells.
Oh,
29, I need to make a dex save on this.
if not, it's half damage, I believe.
Correct. So give me a second, I'll roll on that. Give me a sec, where is that? There it is. Dex save here. I'll make it a public roll. What's your spell DC? Spell DC.
You will see it in your...
Spells list
Spells.
up top. It says spell DC.
Oh, 17?
Thank you. I fail. Full damage.
Nice.
29. Okay, give me a sec.
All of them.
All 4 of them. So 29 damage. Very good. Alright, they'll take some damage. And they will take some damage. Very good. Okay. Very good.
Boom.
Next is... Let's see. Let's go to next. That would be... I think that is actually extra caliber.
Yes.
Yeah, extra caliber, your turn. Okay. You are still in stealth extra. At least you think you are. Let me double check one thing. Okay. Yep, you're good. Okay. Proceed. Okay. That is a miss. Because it's a miss, Excalibur, I need you to roll... I need you to re-roll stealth, please.
I'm sorry?
I need extra caliber to re-roll
Oh,
stealth,
sorry.
please, because it was a miss. Yeah.
I pressed the wrong button. I
Okay.
have stealth, which says that when you are
Yeah.
hidden and you miss, you don't have to roll to reveal your position.
Thank you. Perfect.
Also, the other thing is the weapon, when you put it in, it saved the stuff from then. For some reason, it's only giving me a +6. My proficiency bonus is a +4, and my my dex bonus should be +5, so I should have +9 instead of +6 on that.
Let me
looking,
double
I'm
check that. Let me double check that. Why is it a +6? What on earth is in here? You should be dex 5. You're right, it should be a +9. Why is it only a +6? Let's see.
If you just remake the weapon, because it wasn't even letting me make a new weapon. I tried to make a new weapon.
Okay, hang on. I can fix that easily. Let me do this.
But yeah, so it would be, instead of a 15, it'd be an 18. I don't know if that changes it.
I want you to re-roll here in just a second. That shouldn't be +6. Yeah, because you need to roll with... yeah, I know. Let's fix this. Hang on. Why do these things do... Wait, hang on. There it is. Now it's fixed. Okay, it was screwing up with proficiency. You're fine now. Yeah, also, it's probably because we did that before we made some before we leveled you up. That's probably why that happened. Reroll it now. Yeah, go ahead and roll. Not with advantage, please.
I have the assassinate ability, which says that if I mean, if they see me, then I guess not.
Yeah, they don't see you, so you're fine. So you do roll advantage. That's a hit. So that's 11. Which one?
And it was...
Extra, your microphone is really quiet. Speak up.
It was this one.
Sorry, say that one? Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You could just turn him up.
His microphone is really quiet, and I've already turned him up.
Yeah, here, I'll fix it.
There you go. Yeah, you need that. Yeah.
Much
perfect.
Better.
You saw that in there. I'm glad you did. All right, next. It's going to be King Sonya. You're next.
Because me and
55 feet. Yeah, I know.
Now, because me or Nara doesn't actually have range, we're just going to move there and make a ready action to sickle the first person in range.
Okay, so basically you're just saying as soon as something walks in your range, you're going to smack it.
Assuming not friendly.
Wait, who did you say?
Assuming they're not friendly.
Next, Drago.
Arcana, were you talking about Nara when you meant me?
What? I haven't been speaking.
Never mind.
Drago, your turn.
I know, I was waiting for them to be done with what they
Yep.
were doing.
I want them to take that elsewhere. Yeah, take that to chat.
So, what does Dream do, by the way? I don't know.
Dream. Yeah, so I'm pulling that up for you right now. Dream. Let's see, Dream.
Oh. Gotcha.
Yeah, PDF is slow.
Okay.
You can do it through Roll20.
No, you don't understand. Like, everything is slow here, so you have to wait a minute. Dream, here we go. Yeah, so the spell shapes creatures' dreams. Just target must be on the same plane of existence. That's not a problem. Creatures that don't sleep can't be contacted by this spell.
It's sleep contact spell, looks like.
If the target is asleep,
so that
messenger appears, blah blah. Hang on. Messenger can also shape. You can make the messenger appear monstrous. If you do, the messenger can deliver the message of no more than 10 words, and target must make a saving throw. Basically, the target needs to be asleep in order to do that.
You said that, I was like, yeah, no. Is anybody hurt, by the way? I wasn't paying attention.
Nope.
No, okay, nobody got hurt yet. Okay, so...
No.
Nope, we're good.
Gonna pull this out of my ass because I have no idea what anything else does, and I think I'm out of range for anything else, so...
Okay.
I don't feel like moving, because I'm lazy.
Okay.
Hallucinatory terrain.
Ooh.
Hallucinatory terrain. Perfect. Okay. Give me
Please
just a
don't make me
moment.
step
That
on it.
hallucinatory.
We have a
terrain.
very terrifying swamp.
There it is.
What about
Yeah.
the bottom of the ocean?
So, you make an actual terrain in a 150-foot cube. Basically, range is 300 feet. So basically, you can cast it anywhere. If I remember correctly, if you cast it anywhere on this map, it'll turn everything into that terrain. You can make it resemble a swamp, hill, crevice, or some other difficult or impassable terrain. You can basically make the landscape look like whatever you want it to look like for the purposes of this. I would recommend making it very straightforward because we are all working together on this. Tactile characteristics of the terrain are unchanged. So basically, if they touch it, it actually exists. The illusion is just the sensory, other than touch.
And it works on.
And obviously, if they walk, Yeah, and basically, if they walk into a lake, they're going to fall into the lake.
It
that
also
sort of thing.
takes 10 minutes to cast.
Okay. Well,
Which
I'm in a
is-
perfect spot.
Every
Yeah.
turn is 10 seconds.
So
6
this will take 100 turns.
I'm making it 10 seconds for math.
Okay.
I'm making it 10 seconds for math because it makes math easy for me.
Okay.
It's 10 rounds in a minute then.
I
So 6.
6 rounds a minute, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
I'm
So
just
it'd be
I'm
60
trying
rounds
to make
before you're
math
done with
easy.
that.
Yeah.
Liz, can we pair that?
Okay.
Can we use the shock and awe from using it to pair with my intimidation?
Again,
Basically, let me reiterate here, Drago. It takes 60 turns to cast. Are you sure you want to do that?
That's gonna be useless. We're trying to do this fast.
Thank you.
God, I don't know anything else is on this freaking list that'll do anything from this.
Hang
I don't
on.
know what any of these ranges on these things are.
That's why we have things over here.
Okay,
Oh, you've got
Flaming
plenty good
Sphere.
things.
Flaming Sphere is a... I have a book so I can look it up a lot faster.
Flaming
Ooh, Fear's a
sphere.
nice spell.
Sphere. Yeah, Flaming Sphere.
60 feet. 5-foot diameter sphere is fire. Appears in unoccupied space.
There's
2d6
friendly
fire
fire though in there.
yeah, it's any creature.
That'd be a terrible thing to do in the middle of being behind everyone.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
look.
basically it only casts 60 feet. So you have to. So within 60 feet, with where you're at right now, the closest thing to you is 95 feet away.
Oh, so I can aim at that guy then.
No, you can't. Not at this
Wow,
range.
too far.
Oh.
You're
Hang
too
on, I
far.
think Moonbeam might be farther. Moonbeam is 120 feet.
You can hit that one.
Yeah, Helium of Light shines on a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Till the spell ends, dim light falls. Any creature that's in it starts in the spell area for the first time, or starts its turn there is engulfed in ghostly flames, cause searing pain. 2d10 radiant damage after a con saving throw.
Sounds like a Genki Dama.
Your
What's the
mic
radius
just
on that?
raped my ears.
It's a 5-foot radius.
5-foot radius. Okay, so yeah, you can hit that.
1 square, it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be just one thing. So yeah, 5 foot is 1 square. If you want to hit that one, it's a 2d10 throw.
Wait, it said
Lightning
radius,
is also
correct?
A large area, I do believe.
Let's just
Good.
make it simple. Give her lightning. Give her the moonbeam.
Okay, do that then.
Let's just do that. Moonbeam. Give me a. Which of course we need to do a roll on. Do I need to do a? Does she need to do a roll on that?
No, con saving throw from
Just
the
me.
bad guys.
Just me. Okay, 1 bad guy throw. Constitution saving throw. We'll make this easy. Here. What's the DC? What's your DC, Drago?
Explain what I should be looking for?
Go into your spells. Look up top. Should say spell DC. I need that number.
Spell DC. I look in spells and it just shows me spells.
Top of your page.
Top? Oh, 16.
Thank you.
That's fucking high.
Thank
Well,
you.
that
16. I fail.
Obviously.
I fail. Roll 2d10.
Wait, what?
Slash roll 2d10.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's go.
Now in the main session, all these spells will be all in there. So all you. No, that's not correct.
Oh, what the?
Slash. I'll roll it. I'll roll it.
Like,
It's
what?
fine. I'll roll it. There we go. It's 11. I got it.
Oh,
I got
have to
it.
Put it together. Okay, I got
Yes. Yes. There you go. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. That's why we're doing this, to get all these things out of the way.
Iron out the
And when
kinks.
we are in the main session, all your spells will be physically put in the sheet to the letter, so all you have to do is click 2 buttons and you cast it with damage.
Basically saying it's a
Excellent.
lot easier with the real thing.
Yes. Yes. Petra, your turn.
Okay. I am going to move forward to. There is good.
Okay.
So.
I'm going to do a thing. Just hold on a sec. Helpful things.
Innocuous. I need a fireball, please.
Fireball?
There.
Cool. Where?
There. Thank you.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Fireball
think-
right there.
Check it's in range.
Yeah, they're all in range. They're
No,
15.
no.
It's a range of 120
should be-
for fireball.
You're good to go then.
You're good. Yeah. Fireball. I need to do a con save, correct?
Dex save.
Dex save. There we go. DC for Honoculus.
It is 15, if I'm not mistaken.
15.
Yes.
You got it. Dex save fails.
Got it.
86.
8 roll slash 8d6 slash roll 8d6. Yeah. Man, 8d6 if you would.
Nice.
29. Dead.
Yes.
Yay. Oh, wait, I need to take
You're
the-
welcome. That was because of me earlier, yo.
Hold out my rapier in a very fancy fashion and go.
Not like I took damage
Pew.
against all of them earlier or anything.
Absolutely. I'm feeling very red magey right now.
Okay. My turn.
Good.
Now I get to do things. Let's see.
Bring him closer.
Bring them closer, you say.
I want closer. I want to do some fun
We're
things.
lazy.
We're
Not
just
the fact that I'm.
can't move very far.
A lot of my cool things are closer. Oh, I mean, not that close, you know. There's a limit to my personal space.
You're popping her bubble.
You're popping her bubble.
Hardy har har har.
What?
What?
Sam, you know the whole thing called taunting?
Yeah?
You kind of did that to the DM.
What did you say?
Taunt them more.
Taunt everything.
Don't taunt God.
Yeah.
Taunt God!
Can you bring
That's what I heard.
everyone closer?
If they've already moved, he can't move them again.
God damn it, guys. We're supposed to have fun here. This is all fun, right?
Oh god.
I'm bringing some things closer to you here, Tamsin.
Oh no, he's just
Don't
bringing the
taunt
fun
God.
to us. Don't
Uh-huh.
worry.
Don't worry about it. Everything's fine.
Yeah, and everything.
Everything's gonna be on fire.
Everything's
We're all gonna
fine.
die.
You know, it's really.
Everything is fine.
I'm so forgetful. Like, I've looked up all my spells at this point, but now I've just forgotten half of them again.
It's
Like,
okay.
I've been looking them up this entire time.
Oh, that's
But now
within.
it's just like, oh no, what can I do?
It's okay.
Oh,
Your
100
spells don't
feet.
like take 5 years to fucking cast.
What are you planning?
All right. Hey, King Sonya.
What are you?
Let's see, King Sonya. Let's see how many things are in. Okay, that's a partial cover thing. 1, 2. So you'll take 1, 2. You'll take 2 attacks, I think. 1, 2. No. What about this one? Let's see if this one would do that too. Let's see. No, he can't do that. So you take 4. Let's make it 4 arrows. Let's call it 4 attacks here.
They're archers?
Archers. Yes, they are.
Just a question.
Well,
I have.
shit.
When I ready an action, does that use up my reaction?
Say that again.
When I ready an action, does that use up my reaction?
No.
Okay, because I got deflect missiles.
You have to deflect missiles. It doesn't matter. They're still going to fire them because
Good
of.
to know.
Yeah. They're still going to fire them. Why are they doing it? Hang on. Let's see. 3rd and 4th. So you have deflect missiles, so basically none of these hit, correct?
No, it just means that I use my reaction to knock one away.
To knock one away, but the other 3 would hit, right?
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay. So what's your armor class?
That's a 17.
17. So you deflect the first bolt away. The 3rd one is going to miss. The 2nd and 4th one are going to hit. You take 1 piercing damage, and then 3 plus 8 is 11. So you take 12 piercing damage.
AC has to be beat, correct?
No, that's it has to be met or beat for attacks.
Okay.
Yeah, in Savage World, it's you must beat. All right, next.
It is me.
Oh, I'm not finished.
Oh, right.
I took 4 attacks. I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 more. So the other 4 are going to go against Tamsin, because that's the other line of sight. So Tamsin, you're going to take 4 attacks.
Why 4 attacks?
Because I've got four things with crossbows.
Oh, wow.
They're not going to do a whole lot of damage, though.
I like that 1 damage. That one's my favorite.
Oh, there's a crit.
That one's not my favorite. That one can... We can just
there's
pick
a crit
that
fail.
one up in the air.
Not a crit fail, but just a fail. So what's your
It's
armor
still
class,
a
Tamsin?
fail.
Yeah, still a fail.
It is 16.
Okay, so you take 1, 4, 6. You take 13 damage, Tamsin.
Correction, that 9 is a crit fail. I see a 1.
Yeah, no. It doesn't matter if it's in. This is not Savage Worlds. It's just an automatic fail, is all it is.
Right.
Anyone good at math?
No.
Pretty good at math, yeah.
75. Oh, Lord, what was it?
You can just type in minus blank and it'll automatically. Doesn't it?
Oh!
Yeah. It's 19
Yeah, you can.
damage.
Well,
Probably bad time to bring this up, but for some reason my sheet has deleted itself. At least on my screen.
What on earth did you do?
Nothing. I was on my spells, and then I went to bio, and it's all gone.
Who? Okay, stop. Who is talking?
Madlib.
Madlib. Your sheet is still there.
Okay, it's glitched on my screen. That's all it is.
That's all it is. There you go.
There it is.
There's not supposed to be anything in bio.
Bio is blank.
Oh, there's like when I say bio, I mean like dexterity.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, I'm gonna make this perfectly clear for everybody in here.
Sorry, I'm an idiot.
No. You're fine. You're fine. For those of you in here, if you do not explain how your special abilities work and whatnot, because I have to keep track of a bunch of different things. I'm not going to keep track of it for you. You have to tell me how. You have to remind me how it works. I will keep track of things as well, but if you explain it wrong, it's going to be done the way it's explained. So, you said the first arrow got deflected. I did the first arrow deflected. Everything else hit. So, just so you're aware, moving forward. Next is Arcana.
Excellent. I have something planned.
Perfect. Go ahead.
Now
we're
here.
enforcing a 30-second timer. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I move there. I cast. Oh, damn it! Which one is it? I cast lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt
Through
okay,
these
it will
two.
hit. It will hit 2 enemies. Perfect. I believe I need to make a roll. Is that correct?
I think so. What do I? Oh, what did I say? Okay, it's 8d6.
And sorry, guys, I hate to push that sort of thing, but I have to because there's a lot for me to track in this stuff. So
there you go.
So I will be more than happy to work with you if the answer is okay. Hang on. I need to make a roll. If I remember correctly, what do I need to roll here? Dexterity save. Perfect.
And I rolled damage already.
Yeah, oh yeah, you did that. Perfect. Dex save, public. What's your spell DC?
My
I
spell
already know it
DC
failed.
is
Doesn't matter. I already know it failed. That 6 says it failed. And 25 damage. Perfect. 25 damage. Let's see. 25 damage. Very good. And very good. Okay.
Does this
And
suit for Hail of Thorns at all?
In addition
sorry?
to this, okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
yes,
Can my
spell
weapon take an action in addition to this, or does that end mine?
So you took a attack action, basically. If you want to do a bonus action with your weapon, you certainly can.
What does a bonus action entail?
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm new to this.
No, I'm serious. Like, tell me what you want to do, and I can tell you if you can with the bonus action or not.
An attack spell.
No, only if the spell itself is a bonus spell.
Okay, yes, this is Hail of Thorns. I think I did it last turn.
He is correct.
I want to do it
Okay,
again.
now what are you?
Hail of what now?
Thorns.
Hail of Thorns. Okay, hang on.
You don't need to keep casting that one. Once you cast it, the next time that you shoot a projectile weapon at it, that's when it takes effect.
That's not a ranged attack, though, is the problem. You're missing the point of the ranged attack. Let me give you an example of a ranged attack. A ranged attack through spells is Eldritch Blast for warlocks, or Firebolt for a wizard. Anything that requires an attack roll from a spell is a ranged attack.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
But in addition to this, I'm remembering something from past turn. He casted Hail of Thorns.
Yes, and he wasted a spell by doing that.
Oh, did it?
Can I do the... Oh, no, I don't think I want to do this. I want to do Spike Growth, but I think I'd hit our allies.
Say that one more time.
The spell known as Spike Growth.
Spike
Growth. Okay, give me a second. I'll look that up.
Wait, isn't that one where it changes the terrain?
Yes.
Yeah, so that you would have to cast it in front of you.
It is a full action also.
Yeah, can't do it then. Can't do it.
Wow. Next
Already used an action.
Give us a little more thing about this, seriously. Anyway, I guess that's it. I can't
Sorry, say that again?
Now.
I literally, half the spells I can't use, Lasagna. I'm just giving that a little bit of feedback.
This is testing. This is the whole entire purpose of this session.
Alright, then, well, here's your
Also,
first
yeah, so again, this is not how things are going to go in the main campaign. This is important for you guys to see how these spells work together. There are going to be things that you are going to use as a wielder as opposed to as a weapon. Playing it together in the main session. That's the purpose of this.
Understood.
Okay.
I love the cutesy tone at the end to add more intimidation.
Next, Tamsin.
Hello.
Hello.
What are you, Arcana?
I am a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry?
Arcana is the
Okay.
wizard.
What's your armor class, please?
Oh, I moved right in front of you, didn't I? Oh dear. My armor class is next to nothing. 14.
Well, I'm gonna do you a big favor here, buddy, pal or chum. Well, no wonder I'm like, wait, why is my sheet different? Looking at the wrong thing. 1 sec.
Are you about to
Okay.
backstab me? Please don't.
No, I believe if I can do something. What's your Your HP is lower, correct?
63 total.
63, not very great at all. I'm gonna cast Death Ward on you.
Oh.
So then, what happens if you hit 0? You won't take a death counter. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So death.
I'm
Death
not doing
Ward.
you great.
Okay, so Death Ward has been cast. What's the time limit on that spell?
Let me just quickly look that up.
I believe it's an action.
1 action. Tamsin as DM, just to let you know, that might be the a waste of a spell. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe not.
Maybe you think? Okay, we'll find
Maybe
it.
not.
Fuck that.
No, duration is 8 hours. Casting time is 1 action.
Oh yeah, that's fine. No, that's okay then. Yeah, that's the part I wanted is the duration. Yeah, you're good.
How long it lasts?
I was gonna say, because if not, I can always cast Shield of Faith if that's shorter.
Ah, you're fine. You're fine. Let me do.
And then, do you want to do anything?
Actually, no. Let me do this.
You feel better. Nox, do you want to do anything?
Oh, it's just a focus sash.
Nox.
So Death Ward on.
I don't think I really can do anything right now.
I don't know what you can do, so.
Nox, what class are you?
Monk.
Monk.
Can you not infuse me with key or something?
No, can't do that. Death Ward on. Arcana. Okay, perfect.
Oh,
okay.
Now you
I've
don't
got a
have to
fancy
worry
thing.
about dying.
Hooray!
I've got you, fam. It's lit up in here, yo. Quite literally, because I'm the flame
Okay.
mage.
Next.
Lasagna, can this person see me?
Roll perception. No.
Why are you?
Wait, why are we rolling? Why are we rolling?
Yeah. I forgot to switch off of it.
Okay, yeah. Give me a.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, the answer's no.
It didn't matter.
The answer's no. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go ahead and shoot at them.
Okay.
And then with assassinate, any hit that I score against an enemy that's surprised, is a crit. So I get to re-roll my damage dice.
That is correct.
And my sneak attack dice.
That's good enough. You can just stop right there.
Aww.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah. So I put my back up against the wall, and I draw the bow completely in front of me. And then I mentally check in with Leaf. I'm like, okay, I want you to go into the left eye, and then I loose the bow, and his friends who are watching him from behind just see an arrowhead sticking out the back of the head, and he falls down. Anyway, go on to the next turn because we're in a time crunch.
Sounds good. King Sonya.
I walk up to one and smack it, boss.
You got it. Give me a smack it, boss.
Let's see, because I'm level 9, that's 2 attacks, because... And I can spend a key to do 2 more attacks.
Perfectly fine. Give me 4 attacks then, please.
Oh, nice.
1, 2. Give me 2 more. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Your first. What's your sickle? Okay. Your first swing misses. It kind of glances off to his left, but your second strike hits him square in the arm. You pull it out, hits him square in the arm, gives him a nice little gash up the on the forearm. Your third strike gets a nice cut on the thigh near the hip. But your kill shot, you try to go for the head, but you don't quite connect. He's looking pretty hurt though.
Can I be heard? Yes or no?
Any further action this turn,
Yes.
King Sonya?
All right.
King, did you see what I messaged you?
Any further action? You got 10 more seconds.
Nope.
Okay.
King, I said the thing. Fine.
Wait, Nox.
Oh.
You can come out of a weapon. I don't need you right now.
Whoa. That is an option. That is an option.
I'm just saying because like I don't need you right now. My wisdom is high enough as it is. You just gave me a 20.
Wait a minute. Hang on. For the purpose of this fight, the purpose of this fight was to get you guys comfortable with one of you being the wielder, one of you being weapon. The next part of it is going to be the reverse. FYI.
Oh.
You're just gonna have to live with it, Tamsin. Just...
Yeah.
There will be more
that's
things.
okay.
There will be more things that you can do when we get to the live campaign. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible to introduce the concepts and get more creative as we move along.
Yep, working out mechanics.
Working out mechanics. I don't want to
Under
get.
construction.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I don't want to get too complicated and introduce things that aren't balanced just yet. King Sonya, you just finished up your turn, so that means it will be Drago.
Oh, so you know that thing I said I wasn't gonna cast?
Uh-huh.
I'm doing it.
Which spell?
I'm gonna... First I'm gonna move before I do it. How far
Okay.
can I move?
That's
a little.
should be in your sheet. Let's take a look. 30 feet, so 6 squares.
Okay. How far is my...
So if you want to move 6 squares is up to the line, basically. Anywhere at that line.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Can I... Is it okay if I go like here?
Yeah, that's 25 feet. You're good. You're within 30.
Okay.
You can even move 5 more feet if you want to, but you don't have to.
Alright, now I'm gonna cast the hallucination on the floor.
Okay, you're gonna cast the hallucination on the floor. So what sort of hallucination, do you want to cast?
So...
Something shook off, please.
Oh no, I can only do natural environments. I'm gonna change the entire inside of this building to look like something else, basically. It's gonna take a while. Good luck
That's
keeping
okay.
count, by the way.
That's okay. You want to do like grasslands, forests?
Oh, I'm going Pinewoods Forest at night.
Pinewoods Forest at night?
It's dark
Very-
as shit, just letting you know.
Oh, memories. It's a beautiful.
I'm gonna say Drago.
Darkness, that's
I'm
not
going to
problem,
stand
though.
up and slow
I
clap
got
right
you,
now.
Fams.
Well done. Well done.
I don't understand, but okay.
Okay,
This is
so
good,
if you ever
because
walked
here's
in
why.
underneath pine
This
trees,
is good.
just nothing but pine trees, it's unsettling as fuck, because even in the brightest of daytime, it is dark as shit under there.
You're not
Who
wrong.
needs light? I got you covered.
I
As
need
someone who's
everyone to
lived in
quiet down.
forests, yeah.
I need everyone to quiet down because I'm going to explain what she just did. Anybody who has dark vision can still see. Anybody who doesn't have dark vision cannot see right now.
Well, fuck.
Wait,
Thank
No,
you,
we-
sir.
action real quick.
Wait, what?
Yes, you can ask a question.
I said action.
I mean, you didn't do anything, so yeah.
Wait, what?
Can I use?
He wants to do something.
Yeah.
Not until your turn. Or not till Tamsin's turn, I should say. But you would take
All right.
Tamsin's action to do that action.
All right.
So Excalibur, what you just whispered me is between you and your partner, not me. I have no say in this. You guys are gonna see. I want you guys to see both sides of the equation. That's the point. I want you to see everything that this system has to offer or hinder you with if you choose to do bad things. So,
Okay.
Next, so the entire battlefield kind of changes. The entire room changes into.
That's the 10-round spell.
Yeah, it's a 10-round spell.
Oh, 10-minute. Never mind. You're gonna go. No, it's not 10 rounds. 10 minute.
Yeah,
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
So it's 60 rounds. Keep track
60
of
rounds. So
that.
you're.
Wow, thanks. I'm really
Okay.
glad I have you as
She's
an
burned
ally.
the spell slot. She's burned the spell slot if she
Yeah.
starts casting it. What level spell is that?
Let's take a look, shall we?
Please do. By the way, there's a tracker on the right-hand side. There's a tracker if you cast a spell. Please tick that tracker that's on the right-hand side. Tick that tracker if you would.
Up by one.
Up by one, yeah.
I got you, fam. I've been doing that.
Okay. So just to confirm, Drago, you are casting that spell, correct?
Yeah, it's called hallucinatory terrain.
Wonderful. Okay.
The thing you
Wonderful.
needed, is it next to the number with the arrow? Because I got a 3 and a 0 on
Yeah. So the one that's a zero, tick that up.
1. Alright.
There you go. So when your number on the right matches the number on the left, you've expended your spell slots
Okay, I've got
of that
plenty to
spell.
work
Yeah, spell level. Yeah,
That's a
so you
level
got plenty
4
to work.
spell, by the way. Then.
Perfect. Okay, let's move forward. So Drago starts casting that spell. You can't do anything until that spell is cast, unless you cancel it. Petra, your turn.
Okay, we're gonna do a thing. And hope it works. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with my action and run here.
Okay, that's good. I'll go ahead and put the arrow for you right there.
Thank
Go ahead.
you.
You are most welcome.
Okay, got it.
You're good.
Alright, and my weapon is going to cast Blink.
Blink. Okay. And with Blink, if I remember correctly, it creates a hallucinatory image. Is that correct?
It does not.
No, Blink
Oh, that's
brings you into
the.
a different plane of existence.
Woo!
Yeah, there it is. Okay. You need to roll a d20 at the end of every one of your turns for duration of spell. At 11 or higher, you vanish from your current plane of existence and appear on the ethereal plane. At the start of your next turn, when the spell ends, you are on the ethereal. If you're in the ethereal plane, you return to an unoccupied space within 10 feet that you vanished from. So basically, you need to make a d20 roll. At the end of your turn, the spell fizzles.
No,
Would it be her or me? Because I'm the one with Blink.
hang on.
The weapon tries to cast it, but that's effectively.
It works, but doesn't work this round.
I'll see. This is why I'd rather have the PDF, and the PDF is the PDF. Well, the book basically. I don't like the way they put it in here. They leave out very critical information.
Not fun.
They had
No, they leave it.
copyright reasons.
No, I'm talking about in terms of they leave out critical information on certain fail conditions and things like that. So let me go double check the book. I got it right here. Perfect. They did not leave out any critical information. No, it just says it fizzles.
Where?
Spell fails and basically says spell fails and casting is wasted.
If you're already on the ethereal plane.
Right, but you roll a d20 at the end of your turn.
Yeah, roll a d20 on the roll of 11 or higher takes the ethereal plane unless you're already there, in which case the spell fails if you're already there.
Right. What I'm saying though, it's the end of the turn, so
It didn't work, but it might work next time.
yes. Okay. You're still visible, basically.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. It's action 1 minute, so it's gonna be 6. It's gonna be a 6-turn spell, basically, for you. Petrie has blink.
Cool.
6 turns. Very good. Not invisible.
Nope.
For this
not
turn.
right now. I had the ability to take myself off of this. I'll put myself onto the GM layer for whenever I'm actually invisible.
You're fine. You're fine. Next is my turn, and for some reason it removed that. That's okay. I'll fix it. Let's start with this.
The one you killed the one that was actually there.
It's very possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Arcana, aren't you lucky that I got you covered, fam?
Yeah, you. Thank you. I appreciate
You
it.
don't need to worry about dying until you die.
6.
And even then, I can revive you, so then you don't even need to worry about dying.
That's how dying works, though. You don't have to worry about it until you do.
Listen. People die when they're killed. Okay.
You see, people die.
Lords of wisdom, guys. I'm not so wisdom.
Hey.
You may be right, but you're not correct.
Have they been killed to death yet?
No.
You see, you got me, fam. You don't need to worry. I'm a necessary team member here, okay?
Oh,
You
certainly.
need me.
Beware the
first
many...
off,
Necessary.
Petrie. Let's start with you. Ranged attack. This should actually say ranged, not... I don't know why it said that. Okay, there we go. Ranged attack. 1 attack coming your way. Public roll. Normal roll. That's not correct. Hang on. That's not correct. Ignore that. That is not correct.
I didn't get
Why is it saying 1d20, 1d20? That bugged. Let's try that again. Ignore that 29.
Good.
Don't know why it did that. Let's try that again.
Ignore the
still
fail.
bugged. Huh.
That if you're going by the first.
I see the problem. I see the problem. I see the problem. I see the problem. I fixed the problem. There it is.
Yay! That misses.
That's a miss. Yeah, there we go.
Are you
I fixed
sure?
the problem. Yeah, I did fix the problem.
I think so.
I was talking about the miss, not the problem.
Nope,
Oh.
that missed.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's do.
One attack against me, please?
That was just 1 attack. Yeah.
Okay. No more?
Actually, there may be one other attack. Let's see.
No more.
4,
No more.
5, 6. There will be one more attack against you. Just one.
Okay.
You got this. Do you need me?
18.
Just be
that
honest. Do you need me?
1 damage.
I'm fine.
It's just a flesh wound.
You're looking pretty hurt there, especially this bloody fella over here with the 2 men on him. You know,
I'm
you
fine.
need me.
Okay, so Arcana,
Yes.
you're gonna take
Holy
1
shoot.
wrench attack.
Oh, joy.
Just 1.
Don't worry. These
I mean, do you
no
really
more
need
That's
to
a miss.
exceptions
worry?
to iron.
That's an automatic miss. By the way, if you see a red number, it's an automatic miss no matter what.
Understood.
FYI. Okay. Next. You're gonna
about
take
those
2 physical attacks.
I spread my arms and say, "Come at me, bro."
Damn, oh, they're coming at you now. Yeah, I would dare say
Oh.
they're coming at you.
I mean,
the second one's a
Arcana,
miss.
do you need some more AC, mate? Because I got you covered.
I'm good.
Your AC is higher than 11, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
My AC is 14.
Perfect, you only take 9 damage. 9 slashing.
Good job.
Okay, so 9 slashing, that's going to put you at 54. Perfect.
I was about to do that. Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
You took my job.
Took your gerb. Sorry about that. King
I
Sonya,
had 1 job.
you're going to get 2 attacks here.
Do you need my help, Sanya?
That's going to be a miss. I know that is.
Actually, maybe you don't. Maybe you're fine.
That second one's a hit, though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nine slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, so that ends my turn. It will be Arcana's turn next.
Hey, Arcana, now you get to rebuttal.
Oh boy! Let me tell you,
Be like, no,
I have a plan.
Excuse me, sir. You have a plan?
So what happens is
your
there being a butt, and what you need to do is rebut.
Oh,
Destiny,
certainly.
you turn more and more into me every day.
I move. Let's say here.
You take 2 attacks of opportunity.
Understood.
You take 2 attacks of opportunity by doing that. Let's see, that's 1. That's a hit. That's 9 slashing damage.
Yeah, okay.
You take a second attack. That's a miss. Just 9 slashing.
Okay, shall I do it or shall
good. You're good.
Okay, I did it.
Okay.
And I cast Cone of Cold.
Oh.
At them.
Hey, Petru, remember Cone of Cold?
I remember Cone of Cold.
I actually
That's
noticed
the
that. It was
next
a very
spell.
fun spell.
Yes, Cone of Cold is a
He's
fun
gonna hit
spell.
me,
Yo,
mate.
partner. Should I try to cast my spell on top of that, or
That depends. Is it a bonus action?
Hunter's Mark? I believe that is a bonus action.
Cone of Cold was cast first, so Hunter's action would have to come after that.
Okay, I guess for next turn.
You're casting it at level 5, so
Correct.
8d8 damage. I have to make a Constitution save to take half damage. Constitution save comes first.
Shall I do the damage?
That is a fail. Go ahead and give me a slash roll 8d8. 36. I think you're going to be very happy with the results of this spell.
So I melt them into ice cubes.
How do you want to do this? Do you want to melt them in the ice cubes?
Oh, do something
You
colorful.
want to just
Colorful. Okay. You cast Cone of
freeze
Cold.
them, and then they turn into
cast
Canadians, and
Hold
then
on.
they move to
Listen. You cast Cone of Cold, and a massive blizzard just flows from your fingertips.
Wait, Lysenia, I got this.
No, I got this. No. It's okay. It's okay. When you finish casting it, though, they're surrounded by a block of ice. It's colored like a rainbow. You've turned them into rainbow pops of some sort. You said make it colorful. Okay? I made it colorful.
Oh my
What you
goodness.
do is like you chucked like a blizzard at them, and you froze their hearts so much that it's basically you kind of just assimilate them into Canadians. So they decide to move to Canada to live out their lives with 50 kids or something like that.
I was just gonna finish that up by saying you just kind of turn to the side and just kind of give them the cold shoulder as you walk off.
There.
Literally.
Oh, they were there?
Literally the cold shoulder.
The
See,
cold
literally.
shoulders.
In
Hey,
Lys's way of doing it, we at least get a tasty
Hi.
treat after the fight.
Yes, Tamsin, your turn.
Hello. Oh.
By the way, these things are melting because it's in the forest, and apparently we are now bullshitting melting ice in the forest. So go on.
That's okay, because
I was gonna keep it as solid
Are you being
cover, but
I am being very lazy right now. Go
So
on.
you're just letting it happen now instead of 6 turns, like 6 rounds late, like 6.
No, not you.
Later.
No, not you.
You're sitting in a
You still are
forest.
casting.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Okay, never mind. There are
I was
torches
about
that
to
are
say.
melting the ice. Okay,
Ice is gone.
listen. Tracking things. Your turn, Tamsin.
See, I knew this
Oh,
would
I
fuck with
see.
you.
I want to do this one spell, but it says vertical, and I don't like vertical. Why can't it be? So if I face my character this way, could I shoot things horizontal, like that vertical? It's like I was thinking.
What are you trying to do?
Don't worry about it. I was thinking of flame strike eventually, but I need to move first. But the problem is that it's vertical though.
Vertical. What do you mean? Like the
I
spell
don't
is
know. I assume
a
it has
pillar?
to go straight.
It's a pillar basically.
Yeah.
Oh, there's okay. So you're
And if you
basically
move
striking one target then.
horizontal,
They're basically striking one target then in that case.
like I could
any
move
target
it, like,
within
this
a
direction.
10-foot radius.
Oh boy. Nox, let's see where I want you to teleport me, because you can do that, right?
60 feet if it's dim or dark.
I mean, it's pretty dank up in
not-
here. I want you
Not
to.
yet.
Not dark.
It's not
dim or dark.
Not dim. This room is
Then I
well
can't.
lit.
Sorry, Tamsin.
Not for another
Well,
50 or so
then.
rounds.
You just have to wait another 59
I thought
rounds.
it
It's fine.
was
You got this.
dank. Like, I thought it was pretty dank because we were in a dank forest, yo.
No, not for
Um,
another like
Really
50
sorry,
rounds.
Tamsin. I really wish I could. I'm kind of.
It's fine, don't worry. One.
Tamsin. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I believe I can move. I don't know how many more feet.
That's 3. You got 3 more. 1,
2,
2,
Hey,
3. There you go.
guiding
No, you're good.
bolt. Wait. Just wait.
That's
There we
5.
go.
There you go. Okay.
Now I'm aligned, I think.
Uh-huh.
And,
Do
can
this.
one? Do I have anything that can go that far?
To this one?
To that
60
one yet?
65 feet. To anything on that back line, 65 feet, except that quarter, which is 70.
Why hasn't he
would-
moved?
You can hit these two over here, they're 40 and 45 with pretty much a lot of your range spells, if you want to do that.
I don't. I could do that. Like one that allows me to cast like free fire thingies. What is it? Flaming scorching ray? Maybe I can do that.
Let's take a look. Scorching Rain, you said?
Scorching Ray.
I believe.
Scorching
maybe?
Ray, okay. Oops.
Yes, you can create 3 rays of fire. It's 120 feet. Create 3 rays of fire. Hold them at targets within range. You can hurl them one target or several. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage.
It's a ranged attack, basically, correct?
That sounds pretty great. Let's do that. So I'm gonna. I don't know which one's more damaged here.
Okay.
But,
So what I want you to do is you're gonna roll. I'm assuming you're doing all three rays, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
so,
have to do free. Yeah. Unless I cast a higher level, then I do more.
Okay. So then I need 3 spell attacks. You're gonna do a how shall we do this? It's going to be a ranged attack, so it should be. Let me roll you up something here real quick. This is on your. Dang it! Where is it? Why, Tamsin? Why do you have your bard up? Let me get rid of this. Hang on. Let me get rid of your bar. Oh wait, that's not. Solus S. What?
She renamed her character. That's the first she
Okay.
got.
Okay. Very good. Okay. Fixed it. Okay. Fixed it. Okay. Okay. Perfect. There it is. Solus Ray. Let me go over here. Solus Ray. Let's go to your. What level spell is it, Tamsin?
It's a level 2.
Level 2. You got it. Scorching Ray. Perfect. Let me change it to this. That way we make it easy. It's 2d6 damage per ray. Spell attack is ranged. That fixes that. It's radiant damage, correct?
No, it's fire.
Fire. Thank you. This one, we will do this. Perfect. Okay, Tamsin, you should be able to cast it with just a click. There. Oh, that's a crit. Very good.
Oh
That's a
god.
hit.
Okay, yeah, I do have to. Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought
One
it was
more.
gonna like check with me.
Nah,
so I
you're
wanted
good.
to do
Okay,
higher.
perfect. Okay, so how are you going to
is
make these
Scorching
attacks?
Ray?
Are they going on the same one or different ones?
Okay. First one, and then second one, and then third one.
So which one was the first one again?
It was like the top one.
Okay, so the 2 to the top one, and the first and third one to the top one, and the second
Mhm.
one's going to the bottom one. Is that correct?
Yep.
Very good. So 6 plus 7,
Plus the number
then-
7.
10. Okay, so you get 1 kill out of this. You get to kill the one that's directly in front of King Sonya. How do you want to do this?
Can I just yell praise the sun?
Sure.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
I just
Tamsin's
like raise
character-
my hands in like a V formation, just like praise the
Okay,
sun.
okay, Sailor Moon.
That's not Sailor Moon.
No, that's Dark Sea.
No. please,
Anyway.
no.
Anyway,
Solaire.
I know. I'm just screwing with you. Next.
Yay!
Yes, there's 1 kill.
Can I
By the way, extra caliber, if you would please, if I can get a stealth roll from you, if you're maintaining stealth. Outstanding, sir. Give me just 1 moment. Perfect. Proceed.
attack that one.
Go ahead.
They can't.
You
see
will
me
have
hit
sneak
it.
attack.
Okay.
You will have sneak attack. Yeah. They can't see you hit them. If I remember correctly, you get an automatic crit off of that because they can't see you.
If they can't see me, yeah, that is correct.
Hang on a second.
Do they have to hit first, though? That's the question.
Yes, they do have to hit. They have
That's
to
a miss.
Hit. So that's
a
what I
miss.
was,
Yeah.
Okay.
The assassinate feature only works at the beginning of combat.
So the assassinate only does, so it doesn't matter anyway.
No.
It's a miss anyway, so it doesn't matter.
The enemies are aware that we're here. The idea is that it's this enemy who has no idea there's anybody else around. Then you can kill them in one shot.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we're in good shape.
Yeah,
we're gonna proceed. Next is King Sonya.
I turn to the guy next to me and I basically shit the beat out of him.
Okay. We're gonna spend any key on this or no?
Yes. I'm also going to do something extra with my key that I forgot to do last time.
Call your actions, please.
All right. So
always call actions before you make rolls.
Right. So this is for the third attack. I can have the person make a let me find it. There it is. The person must make a dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone.
Must make so basically it's 1, 2, then a prone, and then a prone attempt, and then the fourth strike. Correct?
Well, he still takes damage. It's just it's on top of
that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking for your order of attacks.
1, 2, prone, yeah.
Okay, thank you. So attack, attempt to knock prone, attack is the order. I need to make a dex save on the
third attack.
What's your DC on that?
That's 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom, so that's 12, 16.
16, thank you. Dex save for that coming up. Dex save coming up, so I need to beat a 16. I have failed that, so that will be a prone. So that should mean that the fourth strike is an automatic hit, if I remember correctly.
He gets advantage.
Advantage. So you'll re-roll that fourth strike. So, so let's re-roll that one attack, please, if you would. Just one attack with advantage. There's a crit. Okay. So let's start this out.
Damn.
Okay. So you take your sickle. You get a nice slash across the chest. Your second one, you try to go for the jugular, an uppercut almost. You miss, but you use it as a distraction to basically clothesline the son of a bitch down, and then you just basically bring your scythe down on him. It gets a good cut on his arm, and it's a good gash on his arm with that fourth strike. He's going to take some damage on that. He's going to take some good damage on that. It's going to be that, and it's going to be that. Proceed. So he is prone as well. Pull your key off for what you did. Drago is still casting, of course. 58 turns to go. Peter, your turn.
Okay.
That's gonna take a while.
Okay. Hinoculus, hold this position. Make sure I know where that is.
I got you on that one. 30 right here?
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Alright, and then I'm going to use a little spell I like to call Vicious Mockery on this guy.
Ooh.
It won't
I
do
like
a whole
that
lot,
spell.
But it's funny, if nothing else.
It's just the instant comment sections actually hurt.
Okay, so I yell a string of insults, laces magic at this guy.
Okay. Can I use the DM make a recommendation just to make this even funnier?
Go ahead.
Cast it at this one. Just humor me for a second.
Okay.
Humor me for a second.
Sure.
You're gonna kill him with your words, aren't you?
Probably, that's what it sounds like. So yeah, I'm gonna cast at this guy.
Okay.
Poor unsuspecting guy.
Okay. Humor me for a
Ugly,
second.
no one likes you. That's okay. You can hear me. Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. DC on this?
17. 18.
18. That's a fail. Give me. I think you need a 1d4 in damage.
2d4 because I am
2d4.
now above this level. 6.
Okay. Give me a 2d4.
I did.
Okay.
6.
Your words hurt him so much that he grabs at his chest and dies of a heart attack. You broke his heart, okay? You broke his heart.
You broke his honor.
Oh god. Broke him. Six stones may break his bones, but words, goddamn, they cause heart attacks now.
I'm invisible again.
I really like that move. Just
What?
just saying "fuck you" to somebody and then dying.
Yay, bar.
So I made a suggestion.
What you did. Cursed out Fusroda.
I made a suggestion to what you should have said.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Basically, what Petrie just did is tell a guy to eat shit and die, and he did.
Just in YouTube comment sections that they actually did something.
Glorious.
Alright,
Yo, Mad Lib.
I'm about to pay for that.
My turn. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Message you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Check his distance. Oh yeah. Because that's not gonna matter.
I feel bad because I'm the only weapon who has been able to do nothing.
6.
You're not the only one.
Yeah,
This is
you're
true.
not the only one.
Mal's
I've
done
literally
nothing.
tried it. I've done nothing.
Point.
He's just sitting there, chilling.
Like, I can only intimidate, that's the sad thing.
First off,
I'm just
he's gonna
sitting
spend.
here, just giving advice where needed.
He's gonna spend half of his movement to get up.
I do not drink a Mogiata. I drink rum.
Ooh.
I've just been
I'm a
shouting
dwarf.
insults at King.
Next person's
Okay.
turn.
All right. First,
There you
first up, this will be public. This will be a disadvantage against King Sonya.
Is he trying to stand up?
Yes.
Don't like an attack of opportunity.
You should.
No.
No, not an attack of opportunity. No, I'm rolling as a disadvantage because he is trying to get up and attack at the same time.
Got it.
Boot
That's gonna
this
be a
pile of
mess.
slag in the face.
2 more attacks. These will be against Petrie.
Okay.
These will be ranged weapons, though. That's a miss. And that should be a hit. 5 damage.
Okay.
My turn
I'm alright.
in Arcana.
Wonderful.
Your turn.
Alright.
That's the wrong cursor. I move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 feet.
Okay.
And what was it? God damn it. Pardon me. Yes! Oh, yes, Madlib, it is. So say your thing first.
My thing doesn't count in this case.
It is a ranged attack.
What is your
Hunter's
attack?
Mark is a bonus action. You can do it, and he can still cast a spell.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to do one or the other first.
Say your thing.
He has to do his. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're casting Hunter's Mark against what?
Target, by the way.
I need a target.
This target. I pinged it.
Perfect. Okay, you Hunter's Mark that target. Okay, perfect.
Okay, and then I cast Maximize Chromatic Orb.
You cast.
Whoa.
So
Shit.
Chromatic Orb plus 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? I looked this up.
I want to make sure I'm understanding what you're doing here correctly. You're
Yes.
casting Chromatic Orb.
Yes.
Hang on, let me look this up real quick because I want to make sure we're on the same page. Which Chromatic Orb apparently
Of course.
is not popping up. Why is that the case? Oh, because yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Chromatic.
I can tell you exactly what it does right now.
That would be great.
3d8 damage of the type I choose, and for every spell slot above the 2nd level, increases by 1d8.
I'm assuming what you just said there is you're casting it at 5th level.
Correct. Which
burn a
means
5th level spell slot. You do 3d8 plus another 48. You're doing 7d8 damage with this spell.
Yeah, boy.
So burn a 5th level spell slot. And what type of damage are you declaring?
Oh, damn it! Sorry, I have spent that on Clone of Cold. I mean 4th level.
4th level, so it's going to be 68.
Yes.
So I need to know what type of damage you're doing to it.
Oh yeah, that's.
I need a call on that.
I choose lightning. I like lightning.
Lightning damage. Okay, give me. First off, is it a ranged attack?
It is.
I need a. Okay, let me get you a thing on here, Arcana. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm. Or is it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Wait,
thank you.
That's okay.
Damn it.
Because I've missed this one plenty of times. It's ranged.
Ranged attack. It's 3d8. You're going lightning for this one. You said.
That is correct.
Okay. I need, of course, as no saving throws. Correct.
No, I don't think so. No.
There is one thing.
No.
The Hunter's Mark, you have to add 1d6 extra.
That's separate. We're gonna do that in a minute.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that in a minute. Now, are these orbs? Is it additional orbs? Because that's important.
It is a single orb.
Single orb. Okay. Thank you.
That increases in damage.
Very good. Here's what I need you to do. Let me make sure this is done correctly. I'm gonna roll it here real quick to make sure it's done correctly.
Okay.
Perfect. It is done correctly. You can make your roll now. No. You roll.
No?
Just click the thing I did. Click chromatic orb, and it'll do it for you.
Oh, you added it. Oh, thank you.
Yes, I made it simple. And you can cast it at the level you want to cast it at.
Oh,
simple.
How kind.
Yes.
There you go.
21. That's going to be a hit. 23. Okay, very good. 23. There you go. See, I can be nice. Tamsin. So we have a Tamsin.
Oh.
Hi.
There we go.
Hi,
Actually,
Tamsin. Your turn.
opened like a bunch of stuff that I didn't need to.
No problem. Your turn.
Hi. Okay, what's going on with this man?
He just got orbed to the face.
Real hard.
Oh
He took
boy.
an orb to the face. Yes, and it was a lightning orb.
Balls.
He is throwing his orbs around. Is what he's doing. Arcana.
You know what makes me disappointed is the fact that this is 7. I want to use my holy ray of justice, but this is 7 squares.
Nope, you'd still hit, wouldn't you?
No, holy, what the hell is that?
I don't know, and we're getting rid of that.
You know what?
Oh yeah.
Hang on. What are you trying to do, Tamsin?
What are you scorching ray, man? This is a test. Who cares if I use my most powerful move on one person?
That's almost dead.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can only move 6 squares, so I can't do that.
Scorching ray is a 120-foot range.
Yeah, but it has to be vertical though.
No, it doesn't.
No,
It doesn't.
the point of landing can be anywhere within 120 feet.
Tamsin, you pick a point within that range of you.
Well, fuck me. I want it there.
Hello? You all hear me?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we can, at least.
There you go.
Something happened, and you are all super, super quiet. I don't know why.
I want it. I want it.
I'm sorry.
I want it to be there.
Okay, so Tamsin is casting level 5 spell on that thing?
Yep, because YOLO mode and it's a test session, so I don't care.
Okay, so what spell are you casting? That's number 1.
Flame Strike.
Flame Strike. Very good. Give me a moment.
I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna make this real easy for you, Tamsin,
Oh,
okay?
you're gonna enter it in, aren't you?
I'm going to make this real easy for you. So all you have to do is make a
God, yo.
Okay, so let's
Praise
see.
the sun.
Range is 60 feet. He's within 60 feet. That's perfectly fine.
Is he?
10 foot. Yeah, he's fine. So it's gonna be 4d6 damage, and it's gonna be a spell save. It's gonna be a dexterity save. I have to make.
Oh wait, no
Against
wait.
your DC.
It's 4d6 of fire and 4d6 of radiant.
Somebody's got a
Tamsin.
Skywall going.
Tam.
I turned it off.
Yes, that's correct. 46 fire and 46 radiant. Correct.
Okay, we good? We Gucci?
Almost. Almost. Saving throw would be Dex, half damage. You should be good with this. You should be. Oh wait, no, not yet, not yet. This is not a attack of that sort. Not an attack. No. Okay. So it is set up properly. You can make your roll now. Just click it.
Wahahaha. There we go.
No, not with advantage.
It's not advantage.
That's correct.
That is the
that is correct. I'm sorry.
and the fire.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, she's got it correct. That's right. I'm sorry. My bad. My bad. I need to make a dex save on that. Dex save 17. No, that's a fail. I take 11 and 13. That's 24. Okay.
Does it praise the sun?
It is cursing the sun as it is baking, but it is not praising the sun.
I just wanna just lean behind me, lean my hand over my shoulder.
Go
just
ahead.
do, like a high-fiving motion with our
ahead. Yeah,
Trump.
Go ahead. I know what you're doing. Go ahead. Hit. Wait, let me make sure they're unaware. Give me a stealth. If you would, extra caliber. I'll get a opposing roll.
Oh, oops, sorry, not advantage.
Not advantage. Go ahead, reroll.
Switch back.
That's fine. Okay. You're good. You get a sneak attack on that.
Okay.
11 and so how do you want to do this?
So same thing. I'm just systematically killing these guys. It's pretty simple.
So basically, you're just walking around, going, "Look, I'm gonna pull an arrow back. I'm just gonna release the arrow. Boom, headshot. I walk to the other wall. Pull my arrow back. I release the arrow. Boom, headshot. I walk to the other wall again. Release the arrow. Boom, headshot. That's basically what you're doing here, right? Okay.
There's only two of them left.
Why make people see what's going on when I'm trying to be stealthy?
Listen, you've got that op in the corner, and you're just going boom, headshot, pretty much. Next, let's go with King Sonya, who now has watched extra. Well, he doesn't see Excalibur from the shadows, but he definitely sees an enemy that was standing next to him. Yeah, he's got an arrow in his face, and he's looking kind of dead.
Oh, okay. Wait, are you sure I don't see Excalibur?
You want to roll perception on that?
No, I do not want to.
Okay. You walk up to the thing?
Yes, I walk up to the thing, then I thing it.
But you're gonna do a thing? You're gonna do a thing?
He's gonna thing it.
Oh, he's
With
gonna
my
thing
thing.
it. He's gonna thing it. Do it with your thing. Oh my god, he's gonna drop this thing on this thing.
Should pick it up and throw it.
Okay. We're gonna do
same thing as before.
Same thing, exact same thing. Okay.
Yeah, so that's still a 17? 16.
Hang on. I have to do math here. So.
No, it's 17.
Hang on, I got this.
I can't math.
So I got this. So, once again, you do your little dance of death here. You get him right across the leg. Except this time, you decide to do something a little different. The first one goes right across the first leg. The second one, you go right up its side. He basically get a nice little gash on his side. Then you again clothesline the son of a bitch, and with your final strike, you take your sickle and drop it right across his neck, cutting his head off clean.
He really likes clotheslining sons of bitches.
He's dead.
That works.
Drago, casting spell, 57 turns to go.
Yep,
Drago,
still luring in the corner.
You know. Damn
I
it.
can move a little
Amazing.
bit still.
It's okay. If you still want to move, go ahead. If you want to finish your move.
I forgot how much I moved the first time.
You moved. You were here. You moved 20, I believe.
20?
Yeah, you moved 20. Yeah, you got 35 left. Suddenly, aren't you happy with all that move?
Oh my gosh, Luna.
Yeah, Petrie, when you're ready.
Okay. Sorry, I'm having a cat attack me right now.
No worries.
All right. Where's my thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Uh-huh.
And I'm basically going to scream my frustration at this idiot over here.
Okay.
Still here fighting. Oh, I probably shouldn't be able to see that. I clicked on him and saw how much health he has left.
That's okay. That's okay. I know you're not gonna. take advantage of that.
No, I'm not.
I
He's
need
the
to
only
make
one
a
left to hit him anyway.
yeah. Do I need to make a throw or is this a range attack?
Constitution saving throw, if you please.
Constitution saving throw against
Casting
DC.
Shatter, 2nd level.
Against DC of what?
DC 18.
DC 18. I pass.
Okay.
So what happens?
Half on a successful throw. So let's see.
Give me a damage roll.
Yeah, it's 3d8 thunder.
Just give me a 3d8. Yeah.
19.
So
he takes...
so it's good enough either way. Give me some flavor on.
Okay. The sound of my voice is just so piercing it just kind of explodes his head. Head bursting moment.
So
His
like
head
end of
explodes. Listen,
end of Kingsman.
Listen.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, good enough
Just
for me.
like that.
That is actually a great way to put it.
With a accompanying musical number.
Absolutely.
You know it.
And she just whistles a tune as she walks.
See, that's how you do it. Now or whatever, dwarf aura. You mock my weapon.
See,
You
Petrie, what I
bloody
think you need to
slag
do.
heap pile of L4.
So, so would everybody? So real quick, does everybody want to kind of stay here and let Drago finish casting her spell before proceeding?
May I change my position?
This is free move right now.
I mean, I'd say, like, I'm gonna frantically try to search around before this spell goes up so that we can actually find whatever's in this room.
So there's actually a door, north end of the room. Everybody can see it. It looks like a very large door.
Is there anything else in this room?
I'm sorry?
Is there anything else in this room?
Not anything of note. There are a lot of torches in this room, but other than that, not really much, if anything.
I go retrieve my 3 death-blowing arrows and put them in my backpack as my prizes.
Okay, you've broken stealth as you do so FYI.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Also, the one quick note, again, painting a word picture. The door on the north end of the room, it looks very ornate. As if, is anybody here of a noble background? I don't believe anybody is.
I don't remember putting that one in for
Up
anybody.
to the designers.
I don't think so. No, probably not. Is anybody a guild artisan?
Yes.
Am I?
Does knowledge of stonework count?
No.
Petrie, did you
Yes.
add me?
If you are a guild artisan, roll investigation, please.
Understood. And that is located here.
22. That'll work.
Engineering
You see
credit
the
15.
yes. You take a look at the door and you recognize this door. This was a very, very popular door for advanced forts and whatnot of high risk. These doors would typically come pre-packaged or at least pre-built with the potential for traps to be built into them.
I see.
Whether or not it has a trap in it or not, you do not have the knowledge to know, but your gut feeling in this case is that more often than not, there would be traps in there.
May I roll to...
Hang on. King Sonya knocks at the door. Roll a dex save immediately.
You imbecile.
Just eat the trap. Just do it.
Actually, Liz, while he's doing that, what is my danger sense?
Hang on just a second. I need to pay this off first. Drago, I do, but that's up to the party. I can't answer that question for you. That's up to the party. By the way, we're gonna call this now 9 minutes until it goes off. Dex save 17.
What goes off?
So as your hand, I have to finish this first. King Sonya did a thing.
Take your time. Take your time.
As your hand reaches the door and you knock on it once, a vibration from the door causes spikes to come out of the ground. You try to juke out of the way, you try to get out of the way, but one of those spears actually hits you in the leg. You're going to take D8. You're going to take 1 damage from those spears.
I am so devastated.
The spears retract after they shoot out at you.
Do the little holes still stay there?
I don't know. Will they?
Okay, so we know it's trapped. Who else wants to knock on it?
Alright.
I'm still waiting for my danger sense to tell me things.
Alright, I'll wait for that, then I'll have mine.
Danger sense, you most certainly could.
I will.
In fact, you don't need to make a roll on this. Give me just a second. Give me a second.
There, that's aligned.
Are y'all talking?
No.
Nope. I have to pay off a question. There you go. Okay.
No, I'm sorry, because I really can't barely hear any of y'all.
Oh no, I wasn't talking. I was
Discord.
just sending a paying off a request in whispers is all.
All right.
Oh no.
I had next question.
I've been having technical difficulties with voice chat right now, and I'm just making sure it's not worse than it was.
Nah, you're good.
Once he's finished.
Thank you, Liz. I
Do you
knew
have
that.
anything else planned for the rest of the night, Liz? Because
Yes.
I mean, I've done.
If you have to
nothing
go,
right
no
now.
worries.
I'm just
Because
to sleep.
So actually, the whole purpose of this was to do this and then swap. So now the weapons become the wielders become weapons.
Why don't?
I need to sleep.
So
I
what we
gotta
can
go,
do
but can I get my
is
two
we can finish this tomorrow if you want.
I would actually prefer that, just because I don't have work tomorrow, thankfully.
I won't be able
Sounds good.
If you want, you
You're
can
busy
give
tomorrow,
King control of my character. I can fully understand. You just taking that over. But like, as it stands, I've made one action.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, real quick. So, are you guys starting to see how it works?
I'm seeing how it works. I'm not sure I'm a fan of it, just because there's so many options of, if you're 2 melee characters, it's basically swapping off, do you need someone with a shield or do you need someone with a pike? And you're not able to transfer over abilities. Such as
What's
a
happening?
class, such as the fighter class being able to transfer a certain type of attack. You're not transferring over any of the skill, but if you've got a Dragonborn fighter, you instantly have a buff because he can set the weapon on fire. There's no real benefit to having another fighter as your weapon. You want a magic wielder because it's a complete and utter buff.
It kind of makes more sense that the weapons are magic users rather than having the melee fighters be the weapons. At
There's
this point.
absolutely no buff for the melee wielder to be the
Nox,
weapon,
what do you wanna
except
say?
maybe for notice rolls if you've got a dwarf or an elf because you have dark sight, and that's it. I have made one action, and that was because I had dark sight.
And
I haven't even been able to make an intimidate roll
Um,
because King's been
real
making
quick.
attack rolls.
I think the
Liz.
weapons should be magic users so that way both parties can do something. Because melee fighters, they're covered at range because, oh shit, you got a sword flinging spells. But on the flip side, you got a fighter as a weapon. What are they supposed to do? Sit
Yeah,
there?
because I was finding that with Nox, because like I could use my magic, however Nox can't really do anything for me, so he was just kind of there. But then it's like, I don't know if it's really fair to make magic users always the weapons, because that's not really fair to the person. But again, they could come out of it, but yet again, then why would they want to be the weapon in the first place?
Also, another point comes out that if you're a fighter or a warrior that's a melee class, you need a weapon, otherwise you're pretty much worthless unless you're a monk.
But it's not fair to force someone as the weapon all the time. But yeah, again, that is the thing of you can come out of it, but at the
Let
same
Arcana
time...
speak. He had something he wanted to say.
This may be too much, but I additionally think that the weapons should have their own action on the same turn as the wielder.
The weapons
So
need
again,
something.
once again, as I stated before, you share action, bonus action, all that stuff on your turn. There is an exception to that, which would happen in the main session, which is if the weapon wanted to go to human form, you have your own action and bonus action and whatnot on your turn. You take it at the same time. Problem is, you have no weapon.
Exactly, which is a major debuff. Which
Here's
doesn't.
the problem with that. You're limiting what the characters can do because you got 2 characters running off of 1 character's action points. That doesn't make sense.
It makes total sense.
It does make sense, but it weakens both characters. It makes it so that one character does everything, or the other character does everything.
No.
That's it. And that's how it's coming across. You're sharing the action pool.
Yes.
But if you've got a fighter who's going to be making double attacks, using bonus actions for attacks all the time, why is he going to bother wasting his actions to give the weapon actions? Unless it's a mage and he needs to make an attack at range.
So yeah, I agree on that. Look, here's my point being, and I'm gonna just say it here right now as
I would say...
Let Librarian speak, you speaking first, King.
My point being here is with the weapons being magic wielders, it's the only thing that would work. Because of this, a melee build, and I was a weapon. I tried to do something, I could not. And if I tried to do something, it doesn't fit with the character. Another thing, sometimes the abilities of a melee character don't work with a mage. So at the end of the day, you find my character without any ability to do anything, and transforming back doesn't give much help either. For that matter, I might not as well even be there, because as the weapon, I offer nothing other than an extra dexterity.
And now, King, what were you saying?
I do understand how this is working, Liz, and there is always the bonus action, because fighters don't always, or shouldn't always, be able to use their bonus action as an attack. Bonus actions typically are not used for that. I can see we changing that so that if, let's say, we have a fighter and then a wizard. A wizard's the weapon.
Okay.
The fighter can make the attack, but with the bonus action, the wizard can make an attack.
If I may also make another point, for example, some fighters, I don't know if this helps, but some people at level 9, like my ranger, get an extra action. Does that
That's when the aura brought up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would allow you to say you can attack and then cast a spell with that second action through your weapon.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, this is what I tried to say.
Can I finish your point?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I just want to finish the first.
Yeah.
This is another point of, let's say, a melee fighter holding onto the weapon. One, because he gets those kind of things, those extra actions. And those extra actions actually give the weapon a chance to do something he wants to do, especially if they're a mage user. So I could, for example, fight someone and then the weapon can attack another target or attack the same target. I don't really know how that'll play out, but that is still giving the weapon a chance to do action.
Yes.
Whereas when you have a wizard having it, they don't actually get that extra action normally, as far as I'm aware, because Arcana said he didn't have it. So that means me as the melee weapon, or like the melee fighter that's a weapon, has no ability. Like, I tried to use my abilities, I couldn't because I ran up against the bonus action like wall. If I had to say, if you really wanted to like make it fair for some people, I'm afraid you might have to homebrew weapons and abilities because it's too much as it is.
That's way too much. You're asking way too much. And I'm gonna bring this back to a point that I made earlier. You guys are asking me to homebrew an entire system for 16 people.
Well, no, you're doing
I'm not asking you to homebrew it. I don't know what the... I don't know how the solution would be.
Now,
No, let me finish my point.
That is the extreme. Other
Guys,
than
let Lysania speak.
Let me finish my point though. You guys are asking me to make a system for 16 people without driving myself absolutely insane in the process. This battle right here was designed to be done in an hour, and it took us 2.5.
Yeah.
But granted, there was some learning.
Everyone else having actions too.
Yes. So, let me make this perfectly clear. What you are asking me to do is also spend weeks out of my life to create a system that will address it that may or may not work. And I've already spent weeks out of my life trying to put this together, make this make sense. I understand what you guys are asking for. I get what you're trying to say. Understand, though, that what you're asking for me to do is borderline impossible.
Okay,
I wasn't asking.
Give me a moment, because I was the one who made this huge remark, and I just want to fix it real quick. First, Lasagna, I only said that because it's a huge thing if we're going to use the vanilla system. I'm afraid if you don't want to homebrew it, which I really wouldn't recommend, in fact, I would say whoever's going to be the weapon should be a magic wielder, while the melee wielders should be the wielders. It's the only thing that really makes sense.
Yeah, it does boil down to communication.
Makes sense, but still not really
I'll
fair.
give what me and Drago were doing. We were talking in whispers the entire time.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
We were always talking, we were always communicating, trying to know what our game plan is.
Communication.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It is a key part for the system to work.
Yes.
No communication means not a lot is going to get done from both sides.
I may say something.
I mean, there could be communication for me and Nox, though, because Nox can't do anything. But yet again, I'm also stubborn, so it's like I don't really want to be a weapon when I'm a magic cleric.
Nox can do things. The problem is that you guys are like attack. All we can do is attacks. That's not true.
No.
So
that's part of the problem I was running into, because I wanted to take a chance to intimidate, but they were always going down because of King. I couldn't get the chance to do anything because it wasn't necessary for me to do anything.
Well, in this case, that would probably be the enemy balancing, really, because if the enemies were a little tougher, then that would probably solve.
Again,
I also intentionally threw a decently weak group at you guys for this, because again, this was meant to simply be for testing purposes. I did not want to throw something really difficult and make you guys bash your heads against the wall, go, this is difficult, this is impossible, people throwing their hands up and quitting. That's the complete opposite effect of what I wanted. I wanted something simple, straightforward, simple melee and crossbow enemies. Something that makes sense.
Look, if I may say something, and I'm sorry, I want to just say this, and I really want to hit it home. I think, and forgive me, I'm a broken record on this, I think it would make sense for us to switch it up with the wielders being melee. I know Tamsin, you want to be a magic using cleric, but otherwise your partner is left without being able to do his magic either, because you don't get the extra action, at least until a certain level. So the weapon. Oh, there you go. So there you go. The weapon therefore suffers. So I know you don't want to be a weapon. You don't have to be a weapon, but you're gonna most likely have to change your class. Otherwise, your weapon's gonna suffer in the gameplay.
Let me ask you a question. Hang on. Let me ask a question here. For balance purposes, tell me if you think this might be something of note here. What if instead of having a shared, what if the weapon could have an action of their own on the turn, but no bonus action to go with it?
Oh, I think that would be work.
That would
work a lot more.
I'm not certain how that would work for a melee character as the weapon. But it would offer a bit more. It would give the character something he could actually do.
Guys. Fighter and melee-based characters can do a lot more. I could have done a lot more, but I was more focused on helping Drago understand her spells.
Yeah.
I could have done many perception rolls, understanding. I could have even made intimidation rolls. Fighters and barbarians are not strictly melee. Anyone that says that,
I know.
I give you
kept
the middle
trying
finger.
to get the chance to do an
Yes.
intimidate, but they kept getting knocked down. It would have been useless. I'd have been wasting his actions.
No.
If I got my
Intimidation,
own
if they're
action,
knocked down, it is harder for them to get back up. It's their
Like they were dead though.
they
That's
kept
what
dying.
They
kept
dead, not
dying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's because you kept using Fist of Fury and we
and Petrie, Petrie, I am aware of that. I'm asking strictly in terms of making things more involved for everyone. Yeah.
I'm pointing out the fact that it's not as simple as just putting out tougher enemies or just doing something else.
No.
It takes a reworking of the system itself almost to make an extended action economy work.
Yeah.
You have to adjust every enemy you put on the field, and you have to realize that.
Okay, then that's why I say we should either the simplest option. I really see it. Is fighters, wielders, and magic users become weapons. That's the simplest thing because they get the extra action anyway.
It does become the simplest action, but it also here's kind of the other point to this, and this is kind of where I'm kind of stuck right now. I've noticed that a lot of you are playing very solo-like as opposed to partnering, playing with your partner, saying, "I absolutely have to be this class. Fuck the system." That's what I'm hearing from a lot of you.
I'm not saying I have to
I'm
be
not
this
saying
class.
you are or anybody. I'm saying in general, what I'm hearing is that the partners don't want to do anything involving anything other than the classes they want to play, as opposed to working on partnering up and looking to expand on what they can do together. For instance, Hunter's Mark was a great idea. Using it in weapon form as a bonus action to augment an attack option was a great idea.
Yeah,
it was.
For
those who can make that.
I'm in
attack.
agreement with Liz on that.
So I'm not saying it's a perfect system. That's why we're testing. What I'm saying though is that a lot of people are saying this is the way I'm playing the class, and I don't give a damn how my partner feels about it. I know that's not what you're actually saying, but the way a lot of you are playing it out basically says that.
So Liz, let me ask you. Who did I just interrupt? I didn't mean to.
I wanted to make a point of, like, for example, my ranger class, I did want to set up as melee. That said, he has a lot of buff spells at his disposal. I think what it was is, if my ranger class was to become a weapon, it would work out beautifully. I would have to pair him with a fighter, because the fighter would make more use of the abilities of being able to jump high or being able to go a little further, for example. And I think I have an ability that lets me touch them and let them do that. And as weapon makes sense.
Let me ask this question. Let's say the system stays exactly as it is right now, or maybe some minor tweaks here or there. If I offered everybody the ability to, now that you understand where I'm kind of going with this, if I offered everybody the ability to re-roll their characters,
I would not change.
If I did a full rework, I would have to see what Earbud does, because of course she isn't here, so we don't know.
Yeah.
And I would have to know exactly what class-wise I'm allowed to do for my wielder, because I wanted to try and give King my class abilities, my command strikes, my freaking superiority die,
right,
using those attacks. But you nixed that immediately.
I nixed it because I didn't want for overcomplication of things.
But that also made me useless in the fight.
I understand that, but I'm also trying to ease things into the system and see specific things as well. That's not to say that
I understand.
That's not to say that they won't be in the final version of this. I'm saying that I didn't want to throw everything in there, and then I can't make a good judgment of where we're at right now with this rule set.
Okay.
I have no problems with this. Granted, I have the experience of being a paladin with a broken sword, broken shield, and only having healing magic. not able to do anything but that. Honestly, it all comes down to communication. This system does work. It just demands communication. Me and Drago actually were planning ahead, and I told her because, Leslie, do you mind I'm telling my class and such? Do you mind?
King Sonya, in the final version, yes, that would be part of it. I was trying to streamline things for today for things to go a little bit smoother. But in the final version, that would be something that would be part of it. Arcana, you have a question.
I messaged you like twice to ask you to let me do that.
Yes.
What is it?
Yeah. So in this session, though, I wanted to test it as strictly bonus action as opposed to separate pools of things. But that part of it is planned as part of the final.
Arcana has a question.
Yes, and I'm waiting for Arcana.
Less of a question, more of a statement.
Mm-hmm.
If I could make the simplest fix to this system, it would be give weapons a choice of their action in addition to the wielder's action. So let's say I'm Tamsin's weapon. She beats something with a hammer. On her turn, I can choose to cast Firebolt or whatever. At the
that was my proposed idea for you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then
was that
and to balance it on your end as the dungeon master, just like increase everything's health.
It's not that simple.
Not that simple.
I know. I know very little.
It's
wave-based tactics.
I actually realized really quick.
Also not that simple.
I realized really quick Liz threw very weak enemies at us.
I did.
Yeah.
Had they been stronger,
It would have been
I would imagine a
longer.
lot of people would do what me and Drago were doing and planning things ahead of time. Because, Boy saying, do you mind me saying the class I am?
Not yet.
Okay.
Petrie and I were
So basically, the most important thing, all of this, is that some of you have hit the nail right on the head. Communication is the most important thing with this rule set. If you do not talk with your partner and you are not, planning together with your partner during, while you're waiting, if you're not planning, you're going to be at a disadvantage in this rule set.
This way
Simply
you
put.
actually, keep playing even though it's not your turn. That's actually the fun part.
Yeah.
Yes.
It actually
you are
quite
constantly
meaningful.
You are constantly engaged.
Yes. Because me and Drago, we were not always talking strategy. Every once in a while, one of us pulled a pun.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was just throwing out
you have to
dwarven
say
curses at King.
engage with your
Arcana
partner.
sees it nice.
Yeah.
I didn't notice.
That one was my idea.
We
Yeah.
put little puns, little sayings into all the weapons because why
Oh,
not?
yes.
So kind.
Arcana is a gnome.
Lysania.
Arcana is a gnome. I said, get off my lawn.
You also had a charisma of like -4.
What is
You're
Liz?
right.
Liz, I see the pun you put in mine.
Uh-huh.
Good job, good sir. Good job.
Save that for later. Save that
You know,
for
I
later.
will. I'm not
I
saying
want
it.
to try my weapon now because I have not seen mine.
Go for it.
I want to try mine as well.
Oh my god. Stop it. I like you anyway. Fuck it. Fuck
Tamsin
it.
in a nutshell.
What?
Hey, Lasagna.
Uh-huh.
Says the wood elf
I think
archer.
one thing to think about is the fact that, with the magic casters, I know that magic is, their main thing, but that's honestly their class ability. So I really do think that, something like a fighter, by saying that magic users can use magic, but the fighter can't use, a
Fist.
non-physically embodying action.
As in transferring their skills to the wielder.
Not even their skills, the commanding shout.
So let me state that was not part of today's testing intentionally.
Okay.
Oh, so you will add it in later.
There is a potential for it. I have not thought that through is the problem, and I didn't want to put something that I was not ready to do
Yeah.
into the system.
There's the thought process is.
Yep. So let me finish because I need to address the question here.
Yeah, I was letting you.
So there are about 3 layers that I'm working on in this system. The topmost layer obviously is, are you having fun with this system? The other 2 layers work into, are you having fun with this system? The second layer is, does this system make sense and is it fair for all characters? I think the system is more fair for more characters. What I'm seeing right now is it's not perfect.
Not yet.
Liz, I'm gonna go back to my earlier question with the rage.
Let me finish, and then you can ask the question.
Yeah, no, like mine's scenario based.
Okay, that's fine, but let me finish before you ask the question.
Got
The
it.
third layer of it is, mechanically, is it satisfying for both wielder and weapon to work together to create a desired effect?
Not at the moment, I don't. At least not for me.
Like, are you asking if it's desirable? Like, if I want to play it?
No. What I'm let me back up a step here. Let me explain these 3 layers, okay? The third layer. Okay, so let me explain. The third layer, mechanically, can both the weapon and the wielder work together in a way that gets them to do what they are looking to do? For example, people who are weapons are saying, I don't feel like I'm having fun because I can't do X. A valid statement. Now, how do we go about fixing that? That mechanical issue. Is it a mechanical issue, or is it a big picture issue? What I'm hearing right now is it's not so much a big picture issue. There are mechanical issues that you guys want me to work out.
It's
the lack of diversity in choice. The lack of choice in the wielder versus weapon scenario.
Yes, it's the lack of ability to act, basically. You have the option there. You have the option to let the weapon make the action right now, and let the wielder sacrifice an action, so the weapon gets one. But in some scenarios, you're going to have the wielder just making all the actions, because why do I want my weapon doing the action if my weapon is the wrong class?
That's why we did phase 1 today.
Exactly.
Phase 1 was basically to see, can the system work on a base level? The answer is maybe. The second question,
tweak it a little bit.
The second step of the testing will happen. I'd like to do Monday, but not everybody's going to be here, and I'd like Nox to be here.
You're not going to be here tomorrow.
I'm not going to be here tomorrow. You're right. I can't do it tomorrow. Because they have the other RPG to go to.
My session to go to. Pick your butt.
She's gonna try to at least.
Succeed this week. It's gonna be good.
So, sometime either during the week or even next Sunday if we have to. I know I'm pushing back the main session, but I have to get this system right before we start the main session. I have to.
That's understandable.
I
I'm pretty sure the players aren't gonna mind if they're gonna be playing a system they
If
enjoy with.
it's in the afternoons, I will not be present if it's during the week, by the way, because I work all afternoons.
Wouldn't be during the afternoon this week. I will tell you right now, Thursday and Friday are absolute. I will tell you right now, just don't expect it to be in the afternoon. It would be in the evening.
I would not be able to make
I work
it.
at like 6 at night, so.
Right. What I'm saying though, I'm talking about it would start around 9 p.m. Eastern, maybe 8:30 Eastern if I'm lucky.
Oh, that's late for me because I work till like 11 that night. So.
And I have to get up at like 7 in the morning.
And it could be on a Sunday. We could very easily do it on a Sunday. That's no problem. Again.
Nothing to do on Sunday. I'm off.
So
Question:
there's
Fridays.
Fridays.
I think it's worth it.
The testing needs to be when everybody is present so they can see things. When we do the main session, there's a lot of flexibility on scheduling. But the testing, the testing needs to be done in a controlled environment, and we expand on the environment until we reach the point where people are satisfied. Because what last session basically said was, it was not a. Basically, last week you guys basically said this is not fun. What I presented to you was not fun.
We bit off more than we could chew all at once. Is what that happened.
Yeah.
What you guys are saying.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's just really difficult in this state because there's not as much both parties can do at once.
Yeah.
So
and that's what I need, and that's the next step.
Yeah, I think having the action and stuff, I think you could work out having both character and weapon act at the same time at their same turn. That way we can keep it in pairs of actions. I think you should be able to work out a fighter thing. Maybe instead of like being able to cast spells, they could probably get an extra strength buff. That would help the spellcasters.
I'm just thinking transferring some skill over to the wielder. For example, if a mage is using a fighter weapon, okay? Okay, so the fighter is, let's say, a champion. I'm going over to the page.
I've actually got a idea of how you can do this.
Yeah, hang on one second.
Fighter makes it very easy. No. I'm going to make this real simple. I'm going to do a simplified version of it. So basically, let me take a barbarian, for example. And a barbarian will get extra attacks per round. But let's make it simple to the point where it's like, okay, instead of it being like, oh, hey, you have this. Well, what if the barbarian transfers a rage mode in a sense to a magic casting wielder?
Yes. That is exactly what I was going to
say. Let me finish. Let me finish, please. The caster has to make a saving throw in order to maintain control. Remember the Vance effect, Mal?
Yes, I remember that clearly.
Okay.
It was
similar, but this is specifically to barbarians. Let me get back to that in just a second. A rage mode scenario would basically be you can cast one spell, but then say the bonus attacks would be transferred from the rage mode, but they could only be cast as cantrips and could only be attack spells.
My idea was I'm also going to use barbarian rage modes. The barbarian rages mainly it just increases the attack chance of hitting and damage.
Right.
How I thought of it was just have it do those.
Okay.
Or have it just purely increase their damage. That's what I was trying to ask earlier.
Yeah. So, what if and the same thing could be done for fighters, except fighters would be burn a superiority die.
That's if they're taking the Battle Master tree, though.
Yeah.
If they're taking Champion or Eldritch Knight, it'd have to be different.
If it's Eldritch Knight, then maybe say they can cast a bonus spell of under a certain level.
I mean, if
that I can agree with. That would actually work because it would be.
And if you're a champion, let's say that you can do something to, you can cast an additional buff spell to your party of any type. You can kind of manipulate the system in that way that makes sense for the subclass.
I'm not sure about champion with buff spells to the party because champion.
That's off the top of my head. Again,
no,
I'm not saying it has to be that. That's just kind of off the top of my head.
Okay.
It's an idea.
Yeah, it is an idea.
Yeah,
it's a theory. A game theory.
I will say, guys.
It technically is a game theory.
Guys, Liz, I honestly say it as someone like Petrie and a few others here that have played many different RPGs. This is an interesting system. I want to see it work.
We want it to live.
I say take your time with it. Take all the time you need, man. Do it on Sundays. It's better to have a system that works over using a half-made system in the main campaign.
And honestly,
believe me.
D&D works every time we do this. Hopefully I'll
remember
how to do
so
shit.
let's take as many weeks as we need to get this working.
The campaign's gonna be epic.
Yes.
So my ideal timetable, just FYI, my ideal timetable is that testing would take no longer than 2 more weeks to finalize everything. That's ideal. That's ideal. I'm not saying we can necessarily meet that timetable, but it would be the ideal scenario. Now,
Yeah.
I want to get this to a place where it can work. I also want it to get to a place. The point of this is I actually want people to be able to switch back and forth. Like, say, during, not during combat, but let's say somebody wants to be a weapon and somebody wants to be a wielder, and then next week you want to do the reverse, perfect. Or say later in the session you want to do the reverse, perfect, you can do that. Oh, by the way, each has its separate hit points. So let's say you get low on health. Oh, by the way, we are low. I'm low on health and I'm wielding a weapon. Who's at full health? Swap.
I can see how
Yeah.
it can be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
But
definitely
I don't
see
know.
that.
I'm not
It's
fully
just-
won
And
over.
that would have been really handy in this
Calm
fight.
the fuck down.
What do you mean?
Sorry.
I am calm.
Short statements.
Here's
please.
another thing I mentioned a little while ago, Liz. In not just in combat, in social situations too, have us roll initiative and keep the list. In combat, we'd re-roll, but for that session, have us roll initiative and keep that list so that we're not talking over each other trying to do things.
No.
That actually has been proposed to me.
Oh, has it?
I'm
Okay, good.
still very iffy on that.
Well, the thing is, it's so that we don't start yelling over each other trying to get things done that we want to do.
Yeah,
It's
so
Hang on.
do
Hang
shit
on.
usually.
It seemed to work better this time that actions could happen in chat as well as in voice.
Mm-hmm.
People got heard. We
I
got to
agree.
have little side comments and little banter running around with King Sanya and I, and Naura by extension.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So, and we could have that while there was still action going on, while everything else taking place. We didn't break the flow to make a comment.
So I think doing that was much better. I want to try that. I want to keep going a little bit more next week to see it one more time before I pull the order of operations for everything.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to do it that way one more week is because I want to see how party interaction evolves now that everybody is more familiar with things. Now, granted, Arcana does bring up a good point. Those who are not, those people who
Those of us that aren't like
shy or maybe more apt to wait are kind of shoved into the background with the current
Because
system.
everything happens, and then they're stuck.
So that's a good point. That's a good point. And that's the reason why I'm considering it, is because we have a lot of strong personalities in here. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
That's not even a joke.
That's not even a joke. That we have a lot of strong
That
personalities.
is 100% the truth.
Yeah.
Another point for Arcana is, yes, we do have a few new people, which is why I stress even more. We need this system to work before we go into main campaign.
Desperately.
I like
Yes.
Excalibur's idea of initiative to pairs outside of combat as well. I like that idea.
That would simplify everything.
I think that would make more sense. I like that idea.
Yes.
Why don't
I
we
could
try
get with
that
that.
next?
Combat and it worked actually fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like,
think
me and
that is.
Drago had a plan where,
And
if anything ever came close, I would just intimidate it.
One thing I will say though is the thing I will insist on is if you're in weapon form, you cannot roll initiative. It will be your wielder. However, if both of you are in your non-weapon form, then the higher base initiative of the two would make the roll. I think that's the way we would do that.
Yeah.
The higher what of the two? I'm sorry.
Okay, so basically, if you are in weapon form, you may not roll initiative.
Right, I get that.
If you are both not
Pre-battle.
in weapon form, if you're both in human form, whatever race you are, the higher of the two initiatives of the pair rolls initiative.
Can I also make a statement?
So basically, let's take Excalibur for example. Excalibur, you have a very high initiative. Or does not. Let's say you're both in human form. Well, Excalibur most likely is going to be the one rolling that initiative because he's got much higher base initiative. So you'd make that roll for both of you.
Oh no! My power's flickering. I might leave.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Unexpectedly, I mean, I'm staying until it
Yeah.
goes out, but I might drop, like, at a moment's notice.
No worries.
hang in there, bud.
But I do like that idea of like having the pair work together out of combat as well in terms of that turn order, and we would roll that actually at the beginning of the session.
Yes, I like.
That's what I was hoping we would do, because that would work really well.
Let's try
That
that for
pose
next
a question for me.
Uh-huh.
What if both people want to roll to inspect something at the same time, and both
As
are
a
willing
pair,
to
you both
inspect
can.
at the same time?
You both
Yeah.
can.
Lasagna was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to ask, what is the with the actions of like the weapon and the wielder? And here's my point. Said, and this is the point because I bring it home. I like using this example. One class can have the extra move, so it's already in the system to have the extra move. In fact, like for a ranger, when you do something like animal handling or something, you can actually summon something to fight with you. Like let's say I summon a wolf, I can use extra action for that wolf to attack on the same turn. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is I think Petrie brought up the idea that we can't do this, and I think that's not the case. I think there is something we could do to fix that, especially since each character should be given one move in the first place, even if it does take away the bonus move.
Say that one more time. Repeat everything you just said.
Did I just cut out a bunch? I'm sorry.
No, I didn't. I couldn't hear you very well.
Oh, okay.
That's on my end, not your end. You're good. Go ahead.
So my point being is somebody brought up that we can't give the weapons their own moves, and I don't think that's fair either because the weapons are characters. They should have their own move. I mean, if this was a normal session, for example, they would have their own move, they would have their own turn. Now, because we're doing the paired system, I think it's fair that if they're going to give up or if they're going to literally become a weapon and give their turn to their wielder, then it's worth giving the weapons at least one move.
Not move, action.
Action, sorry.
There you go. And that's what I said earlier is
that's been brought up.
This has been brought up about 3 times during this debriefing.
Yeah,
I wanted to actually bring it into a future test to get to look at that as well. It was not planned for this test. I needed to see the base system because if this was like this is a terrible system, nobody likes it, there's no point in even going there. I needed to look at the basics of it this week.
Okay.
So
the point that I make with saying that giving every weapon an action on their wielder's turn, in addition to the wielder's action, is going to unbalance the mechanics of the system itself. And I say that I speak as a DM, and I understand how the system works, and I understand how it's meant to work. And the way it works is that player characters have a lot of power. They are meant to act independently, and they're meant to basically kill whatever's in front of them. And it's on purpose. Monsters may get multiple hits, but each of their hits is worth less damage than a PC's or a player character's action is worth. So by adding in a whole ton of extra actions to all your player characters, it's very difficult to balance how much damage output your non-player character enemies can do so they don't overwhelm your PCs while you're still managing how much damage they can take. Because your monsters you're gonna vaporize your monsters in 2 turns every single time if every single character gets an action. Because it's like having the full 16 players on the board, but you're funneling all the damage being output for a session that should be for 16 characters to 8 HP pools. You see how that's wrong?
If I may, and I kind of see what you're saying there, because, for example, if he ups it up a little bit, then, for example, then the enemies become too tough for the single player to handle. Of course, Lasagna has just mentioned now we can swap out our characters, which means that our total health isn't actually one person, but 2 people if we do this whole system of switching people out. So the system does balance itself out in that way.
Here's the other side of it, though, and this is the part I want to make crystal clear. If your character dies, so does your partner's.
Oh, so
I knew you'd throw something like that in there. That's really good. Yes.
Yeah, I figured it was something along the.
Your partner is stuck in weapon form without buff and just becomes a standard dead broken weapon.
Yeah, that would be an issue.
Yeah,
so a timely switch would be good.
Yeah, a timely switch.
A timely switch, but of course,
I feel like that'd be like Pokemon, where you have to waste a turn to do that, but that's fine.
Yes, you would have to. You would have to do that. Yeah. So,
balance. I choose you.
Balance would be huge for this, and quite frankly, this system really isn't built for 16 forms of attack in one round. If I don't think really any tabletop RPG is really built for 16 people taking actions in one round.
The monsters in the monster manual are usually
built around 4 to 6. Yeah.
I feel like the size will be fine soon. It's okay.
Right. No. I'm not saying the size isn't fine. I'm saying that no system, at least in terms of the accepted systems that are typically used, are built for more than 4 to 6. There are ones that can extend to 8 and whatnot, and without getting stretched up. Once you go beyond 8, beyond 8, typically rule sets get stretched quite a bit. And that's why I said you're basically asking me what the challenge that I have, and when I say you are asking me, I mean in general, the entire party, the entire group is asking me to do something that is practically unheard of in RPGs.
I may say something.
I mean, if you want,
can I say something?
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm up to the challenge on this.
But I'm just saying, I'm not fully won over, so if you want, I can drop to make it smaller.
No, I want to see if I can take today's feedback and make something that makes more sense for the weapons.
If I could also say something, Lasagna, like I said before, in the system, if let's say you have a wielder that's a fighter, he gets that extra action. So in the first place, you're going to have to deal with it.
Because this is true at level 5. Barbarians and fighters can make a
and rangers too,
but it is not their bonus action.
What I'm saying though is that if the first spell cast by a weapon in that situation could be any spell, everything after that would have to be cantrips.
Okay, that I understand.
Which should still be powerful.
Yeah, but again, this is just me thinking it without thinking all this through. Giving you guys say, you can chain off level spells in one turn. No, that's not happening.
Okay, I get that part.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying though is you guys are throwing information at me, and I like this information, but I also can't give you all the answers you want right now, because I have to sit here and basically say, okay, I take this information here, I say, here's what we have. Does everything in this game now become easy because now I've just done that? Because my concern is, I'll give you a direct example. I'll give you one actually that I saw in Petrie's campaign when I guested as a villain for her. 3-person party, character with sort of OP slasher face.
Yeah, I'm not actually give him that. That was the terrible plan on my plan.
Basically as a level 5 party at the time. Is that correct?
3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. 4 or 5, I say. 4 or 5.
Level 5, basically. They took down a CR Was it CR 12?
13?
13.
No,
CR
12.
13?
It is 12.
12, yeah. CR 12 in 3 rounds. And
Yeah.
I was controlling it.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I even used time stop during combat. They took me down in 3 turns. Now, I made them hurt, but they took me down in 3 turns.
I see what you're saying.
Yikes.
So
you don't want to give us
you
too
are-
much power to unbalance it.
Yes. So the base idea of what you're suggesting basically does that. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm saying there's a lot of massaging the rules I'm going to have to do to make that happen.
I think, and maybe this is just a point I'm going to give to people who are currently weapons or may become weapons in the future. Look at your spells that are especially for support. Because as a weapon, those support spells might become the literal thing that you're going to end up using, be it if we have an extra action or not. Because in the end of the day, some of my bonus actions came from a support spell hunter's mark.
May I make a compromise here? What about this? What about as a weapon, instead of saying you can only, let's say if you're a spellcaster as a weapon, and you want to take a bonus, you want to take an action of your own. Let's say that as that action, you can only cast spells that affect self. So these would be like buffing, healing, things like that. Let's say as a weapon, you're a cleric. Just throwing an example out there. You're a cleric, and you want to buff your spellcaster. You can do that. If you are, say, a melee fighter, let's say you're a fighter, and you're a weapon, you can use Second Wind, or you can use a superiority dice to do something in that sense. If you're a barbarian, you can use Rage Mode, except there would be I kind of would have to modify that for characters that would not be barbarians, obviously. Obviously, they're going to have a big greater toll, and I may demand a point of exhaustion every turn, as opposed to at the end of combat. So use at your own discretion. Give
it a cooldown or something.
Or maybe say like a burst of rage you can do at one time, but you immediately take 1 point of and you immediately take 1 exhaustion point. You can do it for like 1 round.
That makes sense.
Again, I'm kind of thinking this through in my mind on the fly.
You need time to refine it.
I need a lot of time to refine this, is what I'm saying, and I think
this was to get the feedback so you can.
This was for the groundwork. This was for the foundation today.
But I do like the idea though that when your weapon is priority, or if, for example, is exclusive. Just because me as the ranger, I actually planned different buff spells I was planning to use for my character, and I swear it's hard for my character to work around, even with a magic wielder. But there's something even I can do. So I've
got an idea. Let me take this a step further. Let me ask this. Let me kind of take this a step further and say, what if instead of self spells only, self and touch spells, and if your weapon is a ranged spell, you can then use it at the range of your weapon.
When you say the range of your weapon,
let me give you an example. Let's say that your weapon. Let's say you are a ranger with a bow and arrow.
Okay.
And you want to cast, your weapon is someone that can cast spells. Let's say they want to cast a buff spell. Well, instead of shooting an arrow that damages things, you shoot an arrow that buffs your ally.
Oh my god.
I'm remembering Minecraft.
Now, let me take this a different way. Now, if you are a caster and a weapon, you can do anything that's touch or self on your wielder. That's easy.
Okay.
If you are let's say you're a ranger and you have a spellcaster weapon, and you decide, well, I want to shoot the thing Well, then again, that's kind of the same thing. That's different. Okay, no, that sounded better in my mind than it did in actuality. Scrap all that.
I was gonna say if they were gonna cast like a fire spell and we attacked as one, essentially.
That's a different thing. Let me think through this again. I have there's a basis here. There's foundation here. It's obviously not perfect.
Yeah.
Hey, Lasagna.
Mm-hmm.
What were you going to... Before you said it was stupid, you were going to say something about ranged attacks. Could you actually say that? It might not sound great, but I think you might actually have a better point than you think you have.
Yeah, give it
No,
a
what I was saying though was that, the action of the weapon would be, instead of it being like, say, obviously the wielder would have an attack and then the action of the weapon itself, but that would basically be the same problem of two attacks. An attack and then a spell attack.
Could I make a point here? What if, well, this is probably going to make a problem with the whole wielder and magic user weapon thing, but if I make this point, what if they did, let's say, an attack, but we had to roll, let's say I'm a ranger, I'm the wielder. I have to roll dexterity to hit them with something. I hit them, but my partner did a spell. Instead of hitting them with a normal attack, I hit them with a spell.
So you're basically saying combine the rolls.
No. Don't combine the rolls. He gets hit with a spell, but I still make the hitting roll.
So essentially what you're asking for, if I'm getting this correct, is flavoring a way of transmitting a spell to something.
Essentially.
Like, in essence, it's just the spell.
Exactly. Only an extra roll, but it keeps people active.
That's already factored. Yeah, that's already factored in. But what I wanted to do in that situation was to have the weapon be the one to make the roll.
No, they'll still make the roll. They'll still make the roll for the spell to work. I still have to make the roll to hit them, though.
So effectively, the weapon is preparing a spell, and you're the one who's going to relay it.
Exactly. Like, for example, if they want to do buff spells, that's easy enough. But if they want to use an attack spell while I'm attacking, I will hit them with the spell. Don't worry about the physical damage. Just worry about me hitting them with the spell.
I think that overcomplicates things.
It does.
Agreed.
It does add to
Yeah,
a
a
little
disadvantage.
bit.
That just makes everything disadvantage.
Yeah, I say that overcomplicates things, and I don't want to overcomplicate a system that's already going to be complicated.
Okay, I only thought about that system because I thought it would nerf doing double attacks.
It would make sense if it was a secondary attack, but not for a full action and say replacing your action with the weapon's action. That would make absolutely no sense to me, because that would basically be a debuff.
Okay.
The majority of the problem...
Sorry, go ahead. You're good.
The majority of the problem is people do not feel engaged. Half of the party is spending an action, or the other half of the party is spending an action.
And that's the next step. That's the next step. So, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys is, that's my next step, is to get the weapons involved more in combat. I think out of combat...
Out of combat, we should be fine.
Out of combat, I think we're in a good place.
Yeah.
I like this
really
exactly.
out of combat.
Yeah. Out of combat, I think we're in a good place. I think that we will do next test session. We will do the order.
I would like to ask for next test session. Could we try again a social interaction going on, like talking to somebody, making persuasions and such checks?
There will be social things going on next session, not to worry. The entire point, though, of this session was to get more into the combat side of it. Was to kind of have minimal stuff to get in and then go ahead and jump into the combat. So, yeah, social's planned.
Can I? Cool. Oh, never mind. Actually, I just thought it was a bad idea. Sorry.
Next session is going to have a mix of both. FYI. And by the way, Drago, if you want to have that spell go off for the next session, no problem.
Good luck remembering what anything on that thing was.
A
purpose at this point.
Honestly, if you build the character yourself, you would know what the spells do. And I only say that because I've actually gone in. I went up talking with my partner that I was supposed to have for the main session, and I straight up went from planning out my spells to planning out what kind of weapons that we would like to be. And I actually got to a good place with Mossy. Like, I needed a finesse weapon. He said he wanted to be a scimitar. We talked it over because he wanted to be a scythe. The comparable thing was a sickle, and it's not a finesse weapon. So I talked him into a scimitar. He said, yeah. And so I got a finesse weapon, but at the same time, he gets to be the weapon that's the spellcaster, so he gets to do his thing as well. It's just now the system has got to be reworked.
So again, I think number one thing I want to do is for the main, when we get there, I will allow rerolls of characters, and you get to keep your XP. That's number one. When everything is set in stone, or if you're already like, I already want to do my reroll, you can reroll anytime until we do the main session.
I'll have to see what it gets changed to, because as it stands, it sounds like a lot of things are going to change, which may mean that I might even pick an entirely different class, pick an entirely different race.
Yes, that's okay. I will allow this. That. Like I said, I have retconned the first session.
Yeah.
Gone. No.
Good luck with that, King Sanya.
No. I have to be present for rolls.
That would be very, very overpowered.
We're probably going to finish up testing first, aren't we?
Yes, which is why I'm thinking.
I roll perfect 20s on every single one of my die.
Tamsin rolls 20s on three d6s. Sure.
If I could bring something up, I don't think we need to re-roll. I think just push the numbers in the different places.
Either way, I was gonna re-roll because I wasn't satisfied with the character I currently made.
When I say re-roll, by the way, I mean just rip up the sheet and start a new one.
Yep, that's me.
Yeah.
All right, I can.
That's why I'm saying wait, because we don't know how the system is going to end.
I mean, I was gonna do it anyways because I wasn't happy with what I currently had.
And that's perfectly fine. I want you guys to be able to do that.
But like I said, I'm still gonna, like he said, I'm probably gonna wait and see what happens to determine whether or not I might actually want to be in this campaign. Because I don't know. Like right now, I'm not totally into it, so I might not. Like right now, I don't really want to be here, but I might be later on. So it's like I don't know.
And Tamsin, if you're more wanting to wait for the final thing to come together, as I've said before, attendance is not mandatory for these tests.
Yeah.
So
I was only doing it because I have like a D&D craving right now. Like I have an itch. And it's like I don't know what to do about it because I don't have any other DMs or campaigns going on. So it's like I can't do something more normal.
It's our cocaine.
Here's the other thing I was thinking of. I thought today, and this would call for completely reworking whatever campaign you had in theory. For a party this size, I kept thinking a Goyo campaign would be interesting. Just split it up and then have the actions be divided between the number of people you had on each ship.
The irony of everything that you said is that I've actually thought of doing that twice, and every time I thought about doing it, I ripped up every plan that I had and said, this feels stupid. Because here's why. Every criticism that you have about this system would be amplified times 4 in that system.
Yeah.
So it would reduce all it would. The only difference between these systems would be instead of having 2 people working together, it's 4. And now you don't have the option to do things other than what you set yourself to do, and then that's it. Also, I would have to create an entire system ground up, and I will be honest with you.
It would take ages. I'm not sure you would have to fully work from the ground up, but you
It would take too
probably
long.
would.
To get it the
No,
way
I
want
fully understand it. To
To
get it
get
the
it-
way you want it.
Yeah. To
No,
get it the way
this
I
means
want
that
it.
we can build one. Let's do it.
So
The way that I would want to do it would basically be I don't want to start with any base system. I want to start with my own system. And I want to build the thing from the ground floor all the way to the top floor and then when it's all the way built to the top floor, then build another building on top of that.
King, we should
And then
start
put a
working on that
skyscraper
and
on
start
top of that.
selling it to Muse.
And then of course, Lasagna, after
That is not
after you
go ahead.
After you build your magnificent building on top of a building, that's when you introduce the player characters to it, and inevitably the building falls down, and you have to start over again.
No. See, the
Wait,
player
no, that
characters
was
are
last
Hurricane
week.
Earl.
Little soon.
That's just cold, man.
Little soon.
I'm right in the path. You can take your soon and go elsewhere with it.
Lasagna, just to recap. So right now, attack spells right now just probably won't be a thing next session.
Attack spells will be a thing next session.
It's not in weapon form.
Maybe I don't know yet. That you're asking me
Still
questions I
working
don't
out
have.
the kinks.
You're asking me questions I don't have answers to right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the buff spells? What do you think of those?
Buff spells will definitely be in.
All right.
I
Touch
think we
spells
need
will
to
be
find
in.
out when we're getting together again next time.
I'm thinking
we
next
just-
Sunday for right now, just to play it safe.
Yeah,
That'll be
because any other time of the week is debatable, and Saturday is even during the day cannot happen.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm just gonna say there are people who do have to get some sleep. There are people on the East Coast
Yeah.
that need to get some sleep here very soon. I appreciate all the feedback. I think we're kind of going in circles right now. We kind of all are on the same page right now. The question is, how do I put this together? So,
Which just takes time.
which is going to take some time. So
See?
here
we did a
is
chainsaw, and we cut down half of the people here.
Tamsin. Let me finish, and then we can meme. Okay.
Don't kill
Let me
us.
finish.
Memes.
Okay, let me finish. I have just a few more things to say, and then we're going to call it for tonight. Number one, I'm going to get to work on this. I'm not going to work on this tomorrow. So if anybody has questions tomorrow, I'm probably not going to answer them because right now I'm staring at a whole bunch of freaking emails that I got to get out, and I'm also staring at a stack of things from Muse that I got to get done. I'm not going to do it tomorrow. I'm still working. So
Still.
yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to get a lot of shit done Monday and Tuesday. So if
So
anybody
Monday
has
is the
RPG
pause
questions, I'm just
RPG.
gonna tell you right now, just don't expect an answer. Just don't.
Wait,
Yeah.
the next
Send him
3 days.
questions, he'll answer them later.
You got shit to do.
Although it'd
Completely
probably be
understandable.
better
Yeah.
if you just waited.
Yeah, I would recommend probably waiting. Now, I will go ahead and answer a couple questions right now. Number one question I'm getting the sense of is, can we have different characters in these test sessions? The answer is no, because there's a specific reason why I wanted these characters here, because there's a specific, I want to see things across the board with all classes, with all different types of races, things like that. These things were crafted specifically to see different things on my end as well. So the answer to the question on that would be no. Now, if you want to trade characters with somebody else, I'm totally fine with that, with some exceptions.
I'm not trading. No one even asked.
With some
Can I trade with you?
exceptions.
Block 'em, Mao.
Number two,
Character
if you
stuff.
want to change spells, though, you can.
Yeah,
That I
I
will
just
take a look into.
I put together a list of spells as quickly as I could, just of things that I thought would work, but they don't work, so it's okay. Find your own stuff and make
Yeah.
sure you put in your stuff for them, because I'm not gonna do it.
Yep. If you want to change spells, go right ahead. If you don't want to change spells, totally fine with that. I will say though, I'm gonna lock down everything about Saturday at noon so I can go plan.
Oh, I
No
kind of like
problem.
this. Oh, are we allowed to? I don't even know how to mess with spells in my
Questions in PMs going forward. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to break it here.
All right.
People need to go.
Good night, everyone.
Have a good night, guys.
And please don't take my criticisms as me trying to nag on you. I do like this. It is really interesting, and I do want to see it succeed.
Yeah. I'm not taking it as nagging or anything personal. Session's over, by the way, if anybody needs to go. But I'm not taking it. Yep.
Yeah.
Take care, Peachy. I'm not taking it personally.
I'm gonna head out.
Take care, man. The thing I want to make perfectly clear is I want to be able to basically sit here and go, here's a system in a week. But here's the problem. I need you guys to also be patient with me on this, and I appreciate that because this is not something that's going to be easy to do.
Greatness takes time.
I will be honest with you guys. I don't even know if it's even possible to do a 16-person campaign with everybody present at the same time. I don't know.
I think Petrie will agree with me. It has been done before, but with all the ones I have seen, there have been at least 2 DMs.
Here's why I'm saying I question. I'm not 100% sold on if I can even make this work is because it's online and not in person. If it was in person, I would say 100% no problem. Online creates a unique problem that I don't know if I can get around.
Yeah.
This is my solution to the problem. At least the foundation of it. I don't know if I can pull this off.
Yeah.
So if I can't pull it off, so be it. And I'll go with I'll have a plan C and D and E out there at some point. This is not going to be easy.
Hey, Lasagna, I do want to make a quick comment.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the system that you've created and that we've seen in this test, like it does have a few faults, but honestly, it's doing really well. I think the reason that the first session of the main campaign didn't work well was twofold. One, you kind of threw us into a world and put us in a scenario where I know that a lot of us were kind of just thrown off by like the situation of here's where you're starting when we had no backstory on the world or why we would be where we were. I know for a fact that my character would never have been to a graduation whatsoever.
Same.
Yep.
And then the second thing on that is that people were new to D&D, and I don't think that anyone really understood how much being online leads to people talking over each other. I mean, we think we know, but when you have a Dungeons and Dragons situation where everyone wants to do something and you don't have an initiative order, like that's the unique problem that online has, because we can't see each other's faces when someone's about to talk. We can't make those motions and physical body gestures to each other that shows, hey, I have something I want to say. So the DM can't be like, hey, Extra, you're going to talk now. Hey, Petrie, you're going to talk.
The second scenario is I think we've got that worked out now. The first problem, I can respond to that in 2 words: Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, he came in.
I understand.
Yeah.
I definitely understand.
And I warned you guys I was coming in cold.
No, you were.
We didn't realize exactly what that meant until after the fact.
I'm going to say this. I think I can speak for everyone when we say we all, if nothing else, or lack of a better word, forgive that session completely, because you just got back, you needed to do something, and you did it. It's just we kind of butchered it ourselves.
No, there's nothing to forgive.
You did.
I retconned it. So
The bigger kicker, though, it did make some memorable moments. Holy shit!
It did. It really blew your head off.
Good thing Nosh really pissed him off. Let's be honest.
He really blew his top on that one.
Bad.
I will say again, Liz, I want to see this work. I have yet to see a system like this. I am anxious for it to work, because I think I am the one who's played the most different types of RPG tabletop styles.
Mm-hmm.
So finding a new one or a variant of one, it gets me anxious and wanting to try it out and see if it works.
And for I'm sorry, I'll let you. You want to go first?
Yeah.
Or can I go?
I was just gonna finish up. You're good.
Okay. If I just may say something, for what it's worth, like I did notice there were problems, but those problems, I don't think they're all that mechanical. I think it's just what classes we take. If we fix that in a couple spells, I really think your system really can flourish. I think little adjustments and it'll work beautifully. That's what I think anyway.
I may need a complete character
yeah.
rewrite anyway.
Yeah, we done
okay.
goofed with hers.
Well, I will say that Drago, you did get the short end of the stick with the system. You and two others, I think, got a real short end of the stick at the first session. You, Arcana, and I forget who else.
Let's see. Arcana wanted it, and it was Aora was thinking of the same lines that I was. Except I didn't try to do a whole race of the darn things. Just one person.
But you two got the shortest end of the stick because the original idea that I had basically made your background irrelevant, Drago, and it made Arcana as a character completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
And I saw that in the first session. I'm like, I can't have that.
Yeah, it was more of a oops.
It was a glaring oversight on my part.
I was able to spin it, which I was very happy about.
Yeah. I'm glad I keep to the same style of making backgrounds that aren't too complicated that would just get me screwed over with the world.
Complicated backgrounds, though, can be really fun if you know how to make them just generic enough to where they can fit into a lot of settings.
If you can like explain the setting, it helps a lot more. That was partially why I went for the character I went with, because I didn't know the setting.
And he came in cold.
And that goes back to her two words.
Yeah,
that goes back to Harvey. Because I had plans for the whole thing, and then like I'm back in town, and I'm literally walking in the door close to 3 hours before the session, and I'm like, oh shit, and I have to get the airdrop right, and I could not wrap my head around how to do it.
Yeah,
I think done like a bullshittery session, and you just introduced the mechanic or something. But
you all enter a tavern.
Like I think, Lasagna, the reason that I brought that up is because I have like 2,000% faith in your storytelling, and I wanted to bring that up more so of not a like bashing on that you didn't have a great story and didn't communicate it to your players, but more of I think that you're getting a lot of stress and other people are feeling stressed from how that first one went, and I'm trying to say that like your mechanical system we didn't get until the very end, and honestly from this playtest I think that it comes down to how much individual players are willing to work together, because from all the people who are well communicating to each other, it sounded like they had a great time.
Yeah. For those who know, for those who know, me and Drago's how we were gonna do it, because if you know what her character was originally going to be able to do, we were already intending on working together.
That's what she was built on, was working in tandem with somebody else. It could have been anybody in the party, though, is the problem.
Yeah. And our thing is, you can ask anyone from his last session, and they will say, yeah, he came in cold.
Oh, yeah, he was frosty.
You could ask me, Naura, Earbud, you could ask any of us, and we would say,
moments, and they're forever on YouTube now.
He's a great storyteller. He had a cold day that day. I will just say, I have complete faith you will make this work. Out of all the DMs I know, you're probably the most likely one to make it work.
Yeah, with the tandem
especially with his number.
Yeah.
Because
I've asked all my other DMs.
People, honestly.
Because I've asked all my other DMs how they would try to get a 16-player party to work, and all of them just say, split them up.
And I will be
You were the
honest,
only one that didn't.
I will be honest with you. There is a good possibility that not a full split, but more of a more of a mix and match split.
Yeah.
Which will be more friendly towards schedules in a sense.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying by that is instead of saying, oh, we're only going to have Sunday sessions, but give people choice.
Yeah.
So instead of it being like, oh, we're only going to have one session and we're doing one thing and this is the thing that we're doing, and say, okay, well, maybe we expand it and say, okay, we have 2 days and you can take one of these 2 actions here. And if you want to do this action, you show up on this day. And if you want to do the other action, you show up on this day.
Perfection.
Yeah.
But then those two partners go together, so they have to talk it out
Correct.
with each other.
Yeah.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
That way you take care of one another.
Correct. So for those people who are bound to a specific day, you might be locked into certain things, but you'll always have a session. For those who prefer a certain type of game style or peeing style, you can go a certain way with it. If you prefer, if you're like, hey, I want to jump in all the action, you can do that. It's flexible, but you're not locked into things unless you want to be.
Yeah.
It also
So,
adds for better campaign.
I actually did ask a
Like
DM
14
who
to 16
did
people.
run into this problem, but not this many people. He ran into maybe like 10 or 12.
And do note here, I want to make sure, I want to be clear, I'm also dealing with a wide range of playing styles.
Yes.
I'm dealing with a very wide range of playing styles. We have some
Luckily,
people
I fit
here,
with yours.
we have some people in here who are into the role-playing aspect, the true role-playing social gaming. We have others who are very much power gamers and everywhere in between in the spectrum.
Yes.
I would not be shocked, and I'm not going to lie to you when I say this. I would not be shocked if a couple people ended up dropping because of my attempt to make a broad system that
Everyone
works for a
wins
lot
system.
of people.
It's the
Not
jack of
everybody's
trades of
going to win.
D&D.
Not everybody is going to win with this system, but I have to make sure that the system is fair.
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah.
As long as the system is fair, and as long as I don't go crazy trying to implement it, then I've done everything I can do.
If everyone loses, everyone wins too.
I wouldn't go that far. If everyone had...
No. I don't think Muzaka won when he dies.
No, only Liz
I think
wins
that's more
in the end.
both teams
let's remind
lose.
ourselves, only Liz really wins.
House always wins.
Well, the
Yes,
question
House
with
always
We're
wins.
gambling right now, and yeah, House
Hang
always
on.
wins.
Hang on. Wins. Mal. How did House always wins when you decided to take Leaf with you at the end of the final session?
Was it not enjoyable? Or do you not entertained?
Here, have a whole end of the world potion, or have the rest of the whole end of the world potion and do things with it.
I really
Were you
want
not
to know your
entertained?
with
Close
Varrock
up
with that.
everyone.
Were you not entertained?
If I can't kill one of you, I'm killing all of you. Boom.
Oh, that's nice.
I really wanted to know what she wanted Varrock to do with that. The end game potion.
Yeah, endgame, it was just my answer for how House won that. Were you not entertained?
House well, the moment turn 11 happened was the moment that Mao was 100% dead. The problem, but
I
but
pushed it there intentionally.
But it was a satisfying. Well, so
it was a
even though
satisfying
Muzaka died, he was already resurrected to begin with. So technically, he was already playing with house money. The house just said it's time
I was
to
playing
collect.
with house money.
I mean, the house just said it's time.
I
to collect.
bullshitted my way into the house money.
Out of you.
Yeah, yeah. I'll actually tell everyone that was not planned out by Liz.
What was it?
Muzaka coming back. It was not planned by Liz.
Actually, I knew you were going to want to do it, and I was okay as long as I had input on it, and then you blindsided me with shit. I'm like, you got it.
And I gave you forewarning that
I knew
would
you,
happen.
but right, and I knew that, but I thought I was going to have more time to do some things.
I thought I would have more
No.
time.
No, I mean, like, I thought I was going to have more time to play out something that was going on in the middle of everything, and you're like, nope, fuck it, I don't have time for you people.
Misaki has his own time schedule. Everyone else.
Although it worked out kind of in a funny way.
Yeah, it did.
It did. But yeah.
You're asking this group to give you time.
I know, right?
Yeah. Again, everyone from the last campaign will say he can do it, and we'll say to all of you, just give him time.
Mm-hmm.
I can do it with
2 weeks. If it takes 3 weeks, heck, I'd wait a month on this.
I've done it with 10.
Yeah.
And that was crazy. Actually, I think the most we ever
Wasn't
had
last session
together was
we had,
12.
like 10 people.
I think the most we ever had together was 12.
Yeah. So
at one time,
I
it
know
was
you
very
can do it.
short-lived, but we would typically top at 10.
Yeah.
So our typical session was about 8, if I remember correctly, but
yeah,
we would sometimes top at 10. Yeah.
People.
So this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to big groups. It's just that this is my first rodeo when it comes to 16. So
yeah, and some people are new.
Yeah. So granted, we had the other campaign too. That was also the first campaign, as I've told other people before. That was my first campaign in which I got from start to finish with no interruptions.
That was my